Hey folks, how you doing? Just setting up, it won't be long. Hang on. Right, there's one person watching over on Penny Bunny. If you're watching on Penny Bunny, please come over. The chat is over on the Curious Bunny. The reason why I do this, guys, is because we're all in one place. And also, people might super chat on Penny Bunny. And I really don't want people to do that, because that will probably end up going to YouTube and not to me anyway. So just taking some painkillers. I won't be long. Give me 2 minutes. Little bit of volcano live. The live eruption on the Canary Islands. I bet there's been a lot of that going on over the summer. Right then. Yeah, I'm going to send the link over in a minute, mate. Right. 2 minutes. Lynz, hello, my darling. I will make your other account a moderator. Hold on. 2 minutes, guys. Look at it go. Got out of my lovely streaming hot bath to set this up for the conspiracy guy. And I'm sat here dripping wet, shivering and naked. We're going to get our first porn bomb. Can you click the link? I'll send you the link, bud, yeah? Click the link. Get it out. I'm switching to my second account. All right, my darling. Hello, Louis. Right, give me a moment. I won't be long. Yeah, it sent out one for Penny Bunny and one for the Curious Bunny. So we're also streaming on Penny Bunny. If you just want to watch, if you want to chat, come over here and chat. I'm doing the multi-streaming because it helps, you know, on here. Right. Just give me 2 minutes. Go and get go and get in your bath. Hello, sweetheart. Hello.
Hello. Hello. Sorry, I was trying to figure out the buttons.
Hello.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I'm just gonna put the link in. This is for Paz and Conspiracy Guy only. If anybody else clicks this link, you won't be up. I'm sorry, but you won't.
Oh, hi, Penny.
No, that's fine.
Hello.
My name is
darling. You okay?
I was watching Adventure Agents.
Is that your little boy?
Yeah, that's Gus.
Oh, hello. You okay?
Yeah, he said he was watching Adventure Agents.
Oh, I don't know what that is. Jack hasn't seen that yet.
Well, it's a show on YouTube. It's mostly a dad and his son, but occasionally it's the whole family. Occasionally, you know, it's a family friendly show, and they do bushcraft stuff and.
Oh wow! Right.
Yeah. They do all kinds of like exploring and life lesson type stuff. It's actually very wholesome. What's it?
I'm going to send it to his dad now. Hold on. What's it called? Because Jack loves YouTube.
It's
Adventure Agents.
Adventure Agents. Yep.
Right. Just doing this now. Be a sec. Okay. Has he got 250,000 subscribers?
Yeah, I think so.
Right. Yeah. Right. I'm just going to send this to his dad. Right, put this on for.
Oh, everyone Jack. Can hear me. Hi, everyone.
Hey, everybody. Here he is. I'm not going on camera tonight, by the way.
You what?
Finally, Jesus. Here she is. Good night.
Hello. Get back in the bath. He's got his clothes on now.
Well, that's going to be an awfully tricky bath.
It is. Hello, Mr. Conspiracy Guy. Hello.
Good evening. How is everybody?
Are you okay? I had to have something to eat. I ordered myself some food, and it was a long story, but I've just managed to get some food. I was very hungry. I only eat once a day, and I've eaten now for the day. Right then. Hello, everybody. I'm going to do a quick say hello. We've got Enlightened Mank, Helena. Hello, my darling. I did message you, sweetheart. Tim. Rowan, hello, welcome. Brian V. This isn't the one for all of us. You can come up, Bri. Brian can come up. Bri, click the link, bud. Doombot 9000, hello. We have Kate. Hello, my darling. You stayed up. Bolt gun in the house. Free speech warrior. Symphy Cliff. Look at, she is stunning. Look, I'm not going on camera. I look horrendous. I'm on camera all the time anyway. Paz is a conspiracy guy. It's a conspiracy, says Ron. Hello, Ron. Hello, Synth. Welcome. 43 people watching. If you're watching on Penny Bunny, Delta Dawn, hello, darling. If you're watching on Penny Bunny, come over and talk. Get in. Yeah, Brian, come on. Click the link, mate. Yeah, only Brian, though. Right.
Is this the Brian?
Yeah, BV.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a good guy, is Bri. He's very knowledgeable. So, right, how are you doing, Mr. Conspiracy Guy? How has your week been?
Interesting, as per normal.
Anything out of the ordinary? Hello, Obi.
Oh, sorry, I'm just trying to get myself a bit more organised here. Right, that's better. Yeah, we've been up to London on the old car boots.
Oh, yeah.
Which is quite interesting. So this is the Old Bailey, with the police guy. Visited Australia House. That was quite interesting. And of course, Parliament Square, which was also very interesting. So it's been quite a good week. Other stuff going on. We're doing a bit more the Rebels on roundabout stuff at the moment, which seems to work well. And I've got piles of leaflets to give out at the minute. So,
sorry, your microphone's really low. Is anyone else finding Mr. Conspiracy Guy quite quiet? or is it just me?
Is it
Maybe a little bit, but I
A
can
little
hear
bit,
him just
yeah.
fine.
Hello, Tim. Try it now. Maybe because you didn't. That's it. Try it again.
maybe I was talking a little bit quietly because there's people asleep
People
in the
in
house.
bed.
That's the
Right. Okay.
that's
Yeah,
the,
just a tiny
issue.
bit. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I do find those earphones with the microphone. They are quieter, aren't they? I've just ordered a headset. I got a cheap one off Amazon. Yeah, they can hear you okay. It's all right. I had to turn you up a little bit, and I was
should
just
do
checking.
the same. Actually, I should do the same and get proper headset. Yeah, and otherwise, yeah, it's been a fairly ordinary week. Other than that, you know, a bit of work here and stuff going
Any
on.
arrests today? Welcome, Tim and
No,
Angel. No arrests. Well, that's good.
No, not lately.
Are you finding the police any better? Any, you know?
I think, yeah, the last Saturday event, which was a big event, that went off quite well, really. No big issues till the end, unfortunately. But when the TSG decided they were going to shift everybody
Do you
away,
want to let people know what that is, the TSG?
Territorial Support Group.
Yeah, they're the ones that are the really nasty police.
Yeah.
Apparently your volume's really low.
They were saying that.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I've got Paz here, and
what's that noise? It's like sounds like an aeroplane going off.
Now, can you hear me okay now? Is anything
Can anybody else hear like a rustling, like a wind or something? It's really loud.
It's not. I don't think it's me.
No.
It's not my cable, is it?
It sounds like an aeroplane taking off.
I've got myself muted over here, so I don't hear anything. I can hear you guys okay. I don't hear an airplane sound.
I wonder, has anyone got the window open or something? They live next to cars going past the house. Is that what it is? Has someone got the window open?
No. Well, not near a road.
That's so bizarre.
Near a railway line.
Can anybody else hear that? People in chat can hear it. It sounds like a freeway or like an aeroplane taking off. Rowan can hear it. It's weird. It's like really loud. Yeah, they hear it. They do hear it. So it's not me cracking up then. We'll soon find out what it is. Right, I'll mute me in case it's me. Though I do live in, there's no noise here. I'll mute. Right, I'm going to mute. Hello, David Strange. Been a while.
Yeah, still going.
Yeah, it's still doing it.
So still going.
Right, it's none of you two. So that means that it's someone's interfering with the StreamYard.
Oh. Yeah, that's a possibility.
Yeah, it's not you and it's not Lynzy because I've just muted you both. So we have some interference. I'm going to go and come back.
Okay.
Oh, yes, it is. It's that. Angel, you are a darling. Thank you. It was the video playing, and that's why you guys could hear it as well. Right, iBogey, hello. Right, all sorted now, conspiracy guy. It was me. I had a feeling it was going to be me. Right, let's continue. Thank you, Angel. And hello, iBogey. And David Strange, no relation to Michael. Right, so do you think the police have calmed down a little bit then, do you reckon?
It depends on the attitude, doesn't it? People's attitude. We're in this spiritual war. Well, that's what I consider it to be, a spiritual war. And if there are certain people that are not in that kind of that mindset, you know, this kind of spiritual mindset. So in other words, they're going out and they're being abusive and shouting at the police and causing, you know, annoyance to them. There's normally something going to happen. And we had on that event that was a week ago Saturday, everybody was actually in they were in a kind of pretty good mood, really. We had a marching band at the front, so it kind of held the energy, and so there was less sort of problems. I mean, I did come up against one guy, TSG guy, but he was trying to get the ambulance out. So as soon as he mentioned that, they were trying to get an ambulance away, which had somebody on board. Nothing to do with us, and nothing to do with the police either. It was just they were actually picking somebody up from a location. It's not far from the Vauxhall Bridge, and so they just said to me. He said to me, I wanted to know what was going on. He said, "Oh, we're just letting the ambulance out," and then I assisted in doing that as well. So in other words, I started to stop everybody, help stop everybody, and clear a way so that the ambulance could get out and away. And he was the ambulance driver gave us all a big wave as he sort of disappeared off. So that all worked out quite well. So there was quite, you know, it was quite. There was there was just kind of a bit more connection, if you know what I mean. I think there was definitely a bit more connection, but it's hard work for them. They got one hell of a job trying to keep up with us, and they're fully loaded with their gear on. They've got all their gear on. It's helmets, everything. They're dragging it all around with them. And I saw them, it was a hot day too, and I saw them as soon as they stop. It's not too bad when you're walking along, but at various points we stopped for people to catch up or to change directions and that. And you could see them; they were just melting. They got hats on, they got all their gear on. It's not easy for them. It's not easy at all.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, they got it. Hello, Craig. They've got a side to choose, and they chose wrong, in my opinion. I've got no sympathy for them, but I understand we have to be peaceful. Stormtroopers say Symph. Yeah, that's about right. Paz blow drying his hair. Hello, Ricky. Welcome. So we're doing a common law special now. This is Lynzy, conspiracy guy. Lynzy is in Pennsylvania.
Hi.
Hello, welcome, Lynzy. Lynzy.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello, darling. Lynzy are you doing a diploma? Do you want to just tell people a little bit about yourself, what you're doing in common law?
No, it's definitely not anything that I'm getting a diploma in.
Okay,
it's just,
sorry.
School of life.
Okay.
And that's kind of how I learn anyway. But I definitely wouldn't say that I'm an expert by any means.
I think you are.
But I know a little bit, and I'm willing to share what I know. And really, it kind of goes along with what Conspiracy Guy was saying, that we are in a spiritual battle.
Yeah.
And if you don't believe in a God, it's not going to make sense to you. Common law is not going to make sense to you because you don't believe that there is an order of things, and that the Creator ordained certain rights to all of us. If God gives us free will, who is any man to demand we do anything?
Yeah, I totally get you.
That's kind of where it boils down to for me. But as far as who I am, a little bit about myself. I'm a widow. I have a small child. And that's part of what led me down this journey. My husband was the political person. He talked so much about politics that it was a thorn in our marriage, because I found it to be incredibly infuriating and annoying, and I didn't ever think that I could affect any kind of change. And then, of course, he's not here. So here comes 2020, and literally the whole world fell apart. And every conspiracy that I had ever heard was suddenly unfolding, and my Bible was coming to life before my eyes.
Yeah.
That's kind of why I'm here. And I found a Constitution teacher that also incorporates the Bible. And when you put those two together, when you put the common law and the Bible together, it is the most empowering, and really for me it became exciting to be like, oh really, I have this kind of power, me, little old me, I really do. And it's not just, if you've ever seen the movie Ants, that old Disney Pixar movie, it truly is like that. We are the ants, and then you got these grasshoppers who are in charge and wanting to take all the resources from us. There are so many more of us on this planet than there are of them.
Exactly.
You know, there really is. So anyhow, that's how I kind of came here. Here I am.
Yeah, I get you. And I'm really sorry to hear about your husband passing. Was that recently?
August of 2018.
Right. Okay. It still must be very hard. And yeah, I did message you. Thank you so much for that parcel. That was amazing.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Lynzy sent me a parcel, guys, from America with little bits of America in it. It was amazing. So I'm doing one in return, an English parcel.
Well, it's appreciated, but that's not why I sent it.
I know you didn't, sweetheart, but we spoke about this a long time ago, didn't we? So
yeah. Well, I always thought it'd be kind of fun to do the pen pal thing.
Yeah, definitely.
When I was young, I had a pen pal in the Virgin Islands.
Yeah.
And your son's not too far off from my son's age, and
yeah, they're very similar.
And their moms are into similar stuff, so why not?
I've just sent the link over to his dad. Apparently he used to watch that and he's trying to get him back into it. He's gone mad on bloody Minecraft channels. Brian's dropped. Yes. I'm sure he'll be back.
Yeah, my son's kind of gone crazy on Minecraft too.
Oh, really? How old is he? Is he 6?
He's 5. He turned 5 in June.
Right, okay. Because Jack keeps on asking for Minecraft friends to play on a server with him. He can do a server that only he can invite people, so that anyone can't join.
Yes.
And maybe that they could do that.
Sure.
Yeah,
sure.
He would love that. I'll tell him about it.
You just got to figure out the time difference, because I know when it's like afternoon for you, it's morning for us.
Yeah, definitely. It's 5 hours, isn't it? You're behind.
Yeah, 5 or 6, I think, depending on the time.
East Coast time.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, 5. Hello, hidden numerist. Hello. No, my no cute face tonight. I'm not. Yeah, I'm always on the bloody thing. I wanted a break. Right, conspiracy guys. So, Lynzy, how long have you been looking into common law then?
What are we in? What is this? October?
2021. Yeah.
So I would say I've been on this probably about 1.5 years.
So you've done quite a lot of research on it. Do you want to give us a background to common law? Because there's a lot of people that don't know much about common law. There you go.
I have a pocket constitution. I got the Bill of Rights. I got the Federalist Papers.
Wow.
And I also went crazy. Do you see this?
Yeah. Black's Law Dictionary.
Which one is that? Which version?
This is 5th edition, the last one that had the key on it.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. Can you help us out here? Hello, Brian.
You know what Webster's dictionary is, right? This is Webster's dictionary for law.
Right. Okay. Brian,
yeah.
hello, welcome, Brian. This is Lynzy.
Hi, Brian.
You've spoken to Lynzy on Telegram. We can't. You're muted, Brian. Do you know? Oh, okay. He's doing something.
Okay.
So
yeah, I know everybody here, so we're so far so good.
Awesome. Thank you. So before we start, has anybody got any questions for Lynzy? If you want to put them in chat, and if anyone, maybe Helena, if you see any questions in chat, are you staying for a little bit or are you going to bed? I could do with someone helping out, like screenshotting the questions. Zach, how are you? I've been wondering where you are. Are you okay? I do like to know everyone's okay. If I don't see you, I do worry. I'm just going to plug my laptop in. So, yeah, or email me the questions. You've got my email address, but I'll stick it in chat for Lynzy, and she'll do her best, I'm sure. I got cut off during Penny's live stream. Oh, thank you. Yeah, to WhatsApp, please, Helena. If you don't mind, you don't have to. That would be great. Thank you. Or email me, or depending on how you contact me, if you're on my WhatsApp, message me or Telegram me or anything else. If you've got any questions. Yeah, so if Helena, if you can WhatsApp me any questions in chat, screenshot them. And then anybody who wants to send me an email me. But if you do want to put it in chat and tell Helena, try and tag Helena, and she will screenshot it and send it to me. So off we go then. So do you want to give us a little bit of a basis on common law? I hope question everything comes in, because I know that she was hoping to get some more information, because I know a lot of people don't know what do you guys all in chat know what common law is a little bit?
I'm gonna do what my mom raised me to do. When my mom was bringing me up, she handed me no answers.
Yeah.
Literally one of the most common phrases I remember hearing was "look it up." We had a set of Encyclopedia Britannica and the oldest dictionary I've ever seen in my life. Like, I thought it looked like a Bible. Okay. So
bigger. Yeah.
Bigger.
Yeah. So I am just going to bust out this Black's Law Dictionary, and I'm going to tell you what all the lawyers read when they read it. Okay. This is where it comes from. And I know you have a mixed audience from the States and UK and wherever. And wherever you are in a common law country, this applies. Okay.
Right. Okay. So it's the same across the board.
So yeah, my common law teacher was in a call recently on Telegram with people from all over the world. He had folks from Australia in there, folks from the UK. So it applies. Our mechanisms for carrying it out might differ, but the basics is there. It's all the same. So in here, it says, common law as distinguished from law created by the enactment of legislatures. The common law comprises the body of those principles and rules of action relating to the government and security of persons and property, which derive their authority solely from usages and customs of immemorial antiquity, or from the judgments and decrees of the courts recognizing, affirming, and enforcing such usages and customs, and in this sense, particularly, the ancient unwritten law of England. The common law is all the statutory and case law background of England and the American colonies before the American Revolution. And then it gives a case, People v. Riemann. And then it says common law consists of those principles, usage and rules of action applicable to government and security of persons and property, which do not rest for their authority upon any express and positive declaration of the will of the legislature. And then it gives a distinguishment from ecclesiastical law. It says it is the system of jurisprudence administered by purely secular tribunals. Okay, and then it says from California Civil Code said provides that the common law of England, so far as it is not repugnant to or inconsistent with the Constitution of the United States or the Constitution or laws of this state, is the rule of decision in all courts of this state. So, and what's interesting about the United States, we have 51 constitutions, and they are interchangeable. If I need to make a point in an affidavit, I can pull from as many constitutions as I need to back up my point.
Right.
So it just makes it stronger. So, any questions?
Get your questions in. Conspiracy Guy, have you got any questions before I ask any questions and chat?
What concerning this common law side?
Yeah, is there any questions for the American side of things? Because obviously does that sound pretty similar to our side? To our...
Well, it all comes from England. That's the thing. It's based here. It started here, and then obviously,
right,
as we moved out into the world, we rolled it out everywhere we went. So
and really, that's the only. I think that's the only one world government we need is that common law.
Yeah,
we don't need men ruling over us.
No,
exactly.
No.
So
there's only like 3 laws basically, so it covers everything. It literally
keep your hands to yourself. Don't stick your willy where it don't belong.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Mr. Winky. Yep. Unless you want to porn bomb me, then you're allowed to do that.
Well, and even then, it depends what kind.
It's a bit of fun. Still under colonial rule. I agree, Bolt Gun. Bolt Gun, this is Brian. You two really do remind me of each other so much. Bolt Gun reminds me of you, Bri, and the other way around.
Got you.
How are you doing, Bri, anyway?
I'm okay. I went through another wreck. So
no.
Yep. So no. I'm just taking care of things as they go.
Another car crash.
Yep.
What? Why? What's going on? Hello, Tree Man. How is this? I'm confused. How is this happening?
Don't know. It's just the first time I had somebody pull out in front of me. I had to make a choice of either hit head on or take out a couple posts along the road. So that's what I chose to do.
Yeah.
And then we got another one. And then that instantly started back up. I think it was like a week ago when we had to do that. So now I'm on the ball of getting another one. And we're all having problems. So
yeah,
it is what it is.
Are you okay physically?
So far, so good.
Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. Are you still not eating enough?
Oh, I eat enough.
You eat every 2 days. I eat every day, once a day. You eat every 2 days.
Yeah.
I do worry.
As soon as my body tells me I'm hungry,
I
eat. Now, I don't overeat. Like some people make a plate this big, they get full off of this much, and then they continue to eat the whole thing. I back off and go, I'm satisfied.
Yeah, I get you.
Yep. You know.
Yeah. I get you.
But I get you for being worried. I get that. But so far, so good. All the doctors that I was seeing saying, whatever you're doing, keep doing it. So I just don't tell them that certain regiments, and they all agree, keep doing what you're doing. So I'm going to keep doing it, you know. I'm pulling off all my medications that they had me on. Remember, I've been talking about it for years, how we need to be pulling ourselves off. So I was gradually pulling myself off, and now I'm at to the point where I'm only on 1 or 2 medications, going from 10. And I'm just slowly pulling myself off so I can do wax and weed. That's it. I know the pain is going to be there, but we don't want to be stuck under this thing where we have to take this in order, even if you're not having pain, to take it so you're feeling right. I didn't agree with that. Yep.
Right. I understand what you're saying. Welcome, Tree Man. I used to that. It's not good for you. Yeah, it can be. I eat once a day when I'm hungry. And that's it, really. Brian and Boltgun should have a beard competition. I agree. We should get them on together. Maybe after.
I just cut it. Oh, but I got pictures.
no.
I got pictures, so I'm going.
Okay, we'll go for the pictures. Yeah,
Yep,
both got awesome beards. Right. So I've got a question from Helena. Pulling himself up. I've got a question from Helena for you, and because we've got two common law people, and we've got Conspiracy Guy and Lynzy. She's basically asking that she's been taught. Basically, they've asked her at school. They do a flu spray here, Lynz. I don't know if you're aware, but they do into children. They spray the live virus into the nasal cavity, into the brain, and it contains mercury and other stuff. And my little boy had it when he was 2, because I didn't know about all this, and he developed autism after that. And he's never been right since. Now the school are sending Helena, because she's got 2 little girls, and they're sending her these letters if she want it's an NHS form from the school, and they are asking her to fill it in whether she gives consent for her children to have the flu spray. Apparently pediatricians would never give the flu spray to their own children. It's that dangerous, but they still do it here. I know you guys don't do it over there. I've been told it's only here that they do it. Now, she's been told she's got to fill it in yes or no, but she doesn't want to fill it in. Yeah, I got the letter for Jack, but obviously he's homeschooled, so I just got a letter saying I've got to ring the doctors, which I won't. It's a yes or no form, but she doesn't want to fill it in at all, because by filling it in, she's giving her data to them.
Correct. So
what she wants to know is if she just ignores it. Can you guys help? What is your opinion under common law? Now, how does common law come into this? Because they will go by the thing is, common law is only any good if everybody knows about it and everybody's following it. Exactly. If everybody follows the government's law and nobody knows, then no one's going to know. Like,
yeah, that's one of the great deceptions.
Yeah.
Bingo.
It's one of the great deceptions. They've got everybody so busy working, 9 to 5 jobs, 12 to 12 jobs, stuff like that. And then by the time we get home, we've barely got time to cook nutritious meals, let alone spend time with our family. Forget learning common law, forget figuring out how politics is supposed to work. All I want to do is veg out and watch Netflix and be mindless for a little while. That's the plan.
So if she doesn't fill it, she's put here, do I have to legally fill it in?
I think that might be a better question for Conspiracy Guy, because he's over there with y'all, I think. I don't know how your mechanisms work, because here we would send an affidavit with constitutional points, Nuremberg Code, all kinds of stuff, saying first it's a notice. Here, though. First it's a notice, and you say, hey, the way I read the Constitution, and here's all the points, you don't have the authority to do what you're trying to do. Reply back to me within a certain amount of time with where in the Constitution you feel that you were given the authority to push this on myself or my child. And then because they're never going to answer it the first time. They ignore it because they don't want to acknowledge it. But their non-acknowledgement is acknowledgement.
Exactly.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So the other thing is, after that, then we send the affidavit, and the affidavit comes with teeth. Bingo. We say that if you don't respond to this one, then we're going to charge you $1,000 a day. Make it up. Pull it out of your ass. $1,000 a day. $10,000 a day. Whatever it is, we're going to hold you to this. It's going to come out of your pocket as you, the man or woman, not as the government entity, not as the school entity. It's the head honcho.
You're talking personally. You have personally responsible.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, exactly.
Correct.
Yeah.
So whatever those mechanisms are, whatever you guys call those things there, that's the route you probably need to go.
Yeah, we have yeah, we have got a lot of information on the internet. There is a hang on, let me have just 1 second. On Telegram, there is where are we? Sorry about this.
Helena, you're on the Telegram group. You're gonna have to log in, I think, sweetheart, and get in there because Lynzy's there, Conspiracy Guy's there, Brian's there, and it might be a good thing to put in the group.
Yeah, the Telegram site I'm talking about is Evidence and Liability Packs, which is aimed at UK.
Could you put a link in, Conspiracy Guy? Would you be able to? Do you know how to put a link into our group?
Now you're asking me stuff that.
Ask Paz. He left our group again.
I don't know where he is.
He needs to know that if he's in our group.
Yeah, on Telegram it's Evidence and Liability Packs, and that's what it's called.
Okay, hold on. I'm over there. Let me see if I can find it.
Because he needs to understand that if they're doing his head in, the notifications, he can. Oh, thank you, Rowan. All he has to do is turn the notifications off if they're doing his head in. Helena. Hopefully, between everybody, we can help. She doesn't want the government having a data opposing their regime. I never filled out the census. Did anybody else fill out the census? I didn't.
Nope. They even threatened us here, but
they threatened me as well.
Yep.
I chased the man off.
They showed up at my house after I didn't answer. So.
Have they been back?
No trespassing in front of my door.
You filled it out, Lynz?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't. Just
my husband answered it 1 year back when we lived in Arizona, and he flipped his lid. He's like, "Why the fuck do they want to know what kind of truck I drive?"
Yeah,
he's like,
"Bingo."
Yeah. Now the way to deal with it is to not open it. You don't open it. You just send it back as not known. That's all you do here.
Okay. I've heard of that before, but if that works, yeah.
Because if you opened it, you've acknowledged it. I opened it,
exactly.
and I just couldn't be bothered to do it. It was too long. I was like, I've got too much to do. I haven't got time. And then they kept coming around the house, and that made me not want to do it because they were doing. I chased the man off my property. He fell over.
He fell over my rose bush.
Yeah, do you remember that? He was shouting through the window, and I was like, "Who the hell do you think you are? Get off my effing property! Don't ever come back." I've never heard a thing since.
How dare them shout through the window when you're telling them, "I want nothing to do with you." Now continue this on. Now, that's distress on you.
Yeah, he popped his head through and started shouting at Jack and Al. They both got autism, so I just flipped out and I said, "You're on camera," and he couldn't get away quick enough. And they never come back. Obi didn't do it. Craig did it. Helena didn't do it. It was so long. They wanted to know literally your bra size. It was ridiculous. I mug the census guy kept going. Obi. I mean mugged. What do you mean mugged? Sorry, I've missed something here. Oh, thank you, Siv. Oh, it was free delivery until midnight on T-Mill. I've got 3 minutes left. I was going to order myself some. Yeah, so Helena, I don't do anything at the moment. If it was me, I would ring them up at least. This is me. I'm not telling you to do this because I will be very worried that they would be doing it without my consent. So by saying no, you're making it overly clear that you do not want them. Only because it would be my child, I wouldn't want them to do it.
I would
personally.
Not consent to it.
What? Sorry.
I do not consent.
I would have to tell them,
exactly.
Helena, because by not doing it, they might see that as not hearing nothing back. Oh, it must be consent. Do you get what I'm saying? Now, I'm not telling you to do that, But
yeah, because in a lot of cases, acquiescence can, like no news is good news. We'll just assume you meant yes, even,
yeah.
That it is an assumption under
Right.
legal.
But you
If
can
you
sue
don't
all
re-
you want.
if you-
Once they've had it, they've had it. I can sue, but my son's got autism now, and now I've got to try and prove it was that spray.
Right.
Yeah,
So
but
rather, Helena, in my opinion, I personally would go back and say no, and write all over it no. I wouldn't give my personal details. I'd put the child's name, because the thing is, though, I know what you're saying about you don't want to give your child's details, but they're in school, and once they're in school, they're in the system, and by being in the system, your details are already in there.
Bingo.
So
Well,
not.
I might even include some supporting documents for why not. Each one of our
that's a good
governments
idea.
has the truth on their websites.
that's on that.
No.
That's definitely and amongst all those the details I was talking about.
They want to know why. But the thing is, though, if she does that, though, Lynz, that she's then worried that they're gonna know everything about her, and they're gonna see her as an anti-Via, and she doesn't want that. Hello, David.
Well, so I get it. Here, you see this little flyer? I'm gonna try and get this close. I don't know what the hell I'm doing here.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay,
I'm gonna put you
so-
on big just so we can read it. Sorry.
That's okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm trying to get it.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is from the National Library of Medicine from the NIH, and this is on pubmed.gov. So it's a government website. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's talking about informed consent for the thing that we shall not speak of.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And it says that it's a disclosure. It says aims of the study, patient comprehension is a critical part of meeting medical ethics standards of informed consent in study designs. The aim of the study was to determine if sufficient literature exists to require clinicians to disclose the specific risk that the thing,
Right.
we shall not mention,
Yep.
could worsen disease upon exposure to challenge or circulating virus. So basically, what I'm going to do is go all the way down where it says conclusions drawn from the study. The specific and significant risk of ADE, antibody-dependent enhancement, should have been and should be prominently and independently disclosed to research subjects currently in vaccine trials, as well as those being recruited for the trials and future patients after the approval, in order to meet the medical ethics standards of patient comprehension for informed consent. It's still in trials.
Is this
Simple.
Exactly.
the flu spray? Are you talking about the V?
This is for
The main
Rona.
prick.
This is for Rona.
Yeah,
specifically.
the prick. Yeah. See,
Yes.
it is still in trials.
It is. And so this came from our government website. I can post it in our Telegram channel so that folks can have it for their own point making, for their own, I say pull from the government websites. They're telling you the truth on there in most cases.
exactly.
It's just, but they're verbally telling you there's nothing to see here. But behind your back, they're posting the truth.
Right.
Yeah. I know what you mean. They are.
Out of one end
Use
of their mouth, they're
own
saying
stuff
this.
against them.
Exactly.
Welcome, Julie.
That's what I say. Use their own stuff against them.
Yeah, Helena said.
One way or another, I understand.
Don't want to get ice bulleted.
Being afraid. I'm a widow with a small child. I understand the fear of the unknown, of being in a vulnerable position. I get it. Are we going to be lions or are we going to be gazelle?
Exactly.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Are we going to lay down or put up a fight? All of us.
Right.
Yeah, you can, Zach.
Yep.
Let no man deceive you. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
aware of what's what. I just wanted to know how to deal with the form. I
lot of
personally
people
would
are
do the
dealing-
form.
A lot of people are doing this. I mean, huge numbers now in this country are actually.
We're not alone.
Yeah, no, they're not alone at all. There's a lot of people doing this and putting their head teachers on notice.
Yep.
And that's what you need to do. You've got to put them on notice. And if you have a dig through all those notices and information, you'll find there's a lot of stuff about this.
There is. And the other thing too is talk to other parents in the school.
Exactly,
if you're not the only one worried about it, then get a group together and do it together, because there's strength in numbers.
Exactly. Yeah.
You're absolutely right about that.
Perfect.
As soon as this thing started kicking off, I had a bunch of us from this town and a couple other towns close to us go right to the sheriff's department. And then some of us went to the town meetings and said, hey, if we're going to get messed with and some of our families are going to die off, you better be afraid too.
Yeah.
We're holding you guys accountable. And if you guys don't want to do anything about it, we will.
Right.
And that's what needs to happen all across the board.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Yeah. That is happening here now.
That's good.
Yeah,
very good.
There's a lot
We are
going on now
visiting.
here.
We are visiting various people's homes and putting them on notice at their homes.
Yep, that's what you got to do. That's happened here too. I want to say there was, Brian, I don't know if you were watching it at this point, but I think Michigan, maybe it was Virginia. No, it was Virginia. Excuse me. There was legislators in Virginia. They were served at their home with thousands of notices and affidavits. And the one legislator that stood up at Mike Lindell's symposium and said it was the affidavits from my Constitution teacher, Dave Jose. She said it was those affidavits that got her moving and got her standing where she was. Immediately, they attacked her. Immediately, they went after her to shut her up.
Yep.
So when they start doing that stuff, don't back down. That's how you know you're over the target.
Exactly. Bingo.
Yeah.
Bingo. Right
Dr.
over
Hillary,
the target.
I don't know if anybody knows, but Dr. Hillary was he was one of the ones that
I'll be back in a couple of minutes, folks.
Okay. Yeah.
Do what you gotta do.
I've heard his name the last few days. Dr. Hillary.
He's on the TV. I think it's ITV. I'm not sure because I don't watch TV, but it's one of the channels, and he's spouting about how the V thing is safe and it's all been fully tested, and he goes on about the children need to be done, and so he's well, I don't even know if he's a proper doctor, if he's an MD or a philosophy doctor or something. I don't know.
Right.
Like BG.
It doesn't matter.
We don't know.
Right.
We don't even know. But he's spouting all this talk, and it's going against all the science.
Right.
He's right up against all the science, everything. And
so is he the UK's Fauci?
So he's been served. He's been served at his home.
That's awesome. That's how you have to do it. You've got to make them have skin in the game.
Yeah.
All of these people, at least here, it's, I don't know how the parliamentary government is set up with the monarchy and all that stuff. I don't fully understand it. I'm just barely getting a grip on ours.
Well, and since 2001, I think it's July 2001, the Queen has had no say at all. She was served notice.
She's just a living statue.
She was served notice in 2001. She had 40 days to reply. She replied on the 39th day, and at that point, she was not Queen anymore.
Wow.
There's no constitution here. They just do whatever they want, and the public are so brainwashed. It's unreal.
Yeah.
They just believe everything they're told. They literally. What's this? Yes, Helena, you did right. Sorry, we've got someone coming. Just get rid of them. Just spammers. Yeah, so basically the way it works here is people just believe in the government. Like with you guys, you've got the constitution, you're quite a new country, so people know the law. They know
we really don't.
No, exactly.
But they know, but
we're
compared
learning
to here, you guys, you know you've got your constitution, you know your different amendments, your fifth, you know your amendments. Over here, people don't even think of it like that. They just do whatever they're told. They're used to being ruled by royalty. Now they've got this sham government who just do whatever they want. Hardly anything goes through Parliament. The corruption here is beyond belief. No one questions anything. No one thinks for themselves, and they're just doing whatever they want, basically. We are a country that very rarely protests. Like if you look at France, they got rid of their monarchy and they became a republic, and they every time anything happens, they're on the streets protesting, and they don't stand for no crap. But here, people don't, and it's only recently that people have really started to say no, and there's millions going on the streets to the car boot sales. But even now, most people I know, like in real life, like day-to-day stuff, they're completely clueless.
They're
Honestly,
living in fear. Yeah,
here
they're all
too.
living in fear, which is
the
another
propaganda
problem,
on the BBC,
really, when you're
though, is
out
ridiculous.
driving. This is another situation when you're out driving, because people are not thinking, and I think somebody here has got that experience. I've noticed it numerous times, of people not paying attention, not doing what they should be doing on the roads. You know that it's happening, and it's purely because they're living in this kind of fear, anger, hatred, and these low vibrations, and they can't think anymore. They've lost the ability to actually think and have any kind of common sense.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you add the broken homes into that, and then so you're very fragmented on life experiences and what people expect of you, and I guess daddy government is just going to take care of everything. And then here we are right back to Nimrod days, where we're like begging for somebody to enslave us, and it's freaking crazy.
Yeah, at least you guys have your guns though, and that is another thing that you guys, the government know this. Like with us, they know we are defenseless. The government know they can do whatever they want.
Look at Australia.
Exactly. And that's what's coming. If we don't get our ducks in a row, that's what's coming.
But they are
so that's what I
standing
was
up
going
there.
to say, Penny.
You what? Sorry.
I was going to say, when you go on your walks into town, when you do your little lives at churches and stuff.
Yeah.
This is just me, because I'm kind of sneaky like that. I went and picked up my groceries and graffitied like 5 or 6 stickers from the White Rose while I was out.
Yeah, we can do that.
So just get creative and find your little way.
I talk to people and tell people when I speak to them, I wake people up all the time, but
That's
I try and do it in a way that doesn't make me sound like an absolute Fruit Loop.
I understand. And that's why I went the sticker route.
Yeah. Well, Conspiracy Guy goes out, don't you, of a night time? You sticker bombs everywhere, don't you? Bus shelters and
we do a lot. Yeah.
In my common law group that I'm in,
33,000 leaflets at the minute.
Yeah, leaflets and all sorts.
Yeah,
we can actually order those leaflets that I was showing you from that group who were taking them all to court. They served Doris and co. They, that thing I sent you, Lynz, last week. I tagged you. They've served affidavits on the government Do you remember that thing that I sent you? Well, they're doing leaflets, and you can order them. So I'm going to order a load of leaflets and put them through people's doors. But yeah, carry on.
You totally should. And look, so I've made these trifold brochures. If you see on there. And there is a lovely woman in my common law group that has given these a home. And I am making them for all 50 states. And they are Know Your Rights brochures. And I have gone through every state and pulled pertinent constitutional points and placed them in there.
Wow.
So any little way that you like, I'm not handing these out everywhere, but they're on a website that we can share for other people to print out. And it's free information for everyone. You know, any little way that we can make those little changes. Talk to the stranger on the bus, you know, or standing in line to get a soda, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
do it.
People.
The thing is,
so simple. It's the fact that they've got the guns. Like you're saying, they've got more powerful, but they don't really want to have to go in with like rocket launchers and stuff on their people. The government are always going to have, if you've got guns, the government are always going to like have that little bit of like, you know, they're going to be a bit more reserved. They're not going to want chaos on the streets. And
especially not when half your population has been in the military.
Exactly. Hello, Game Vet.
No, go ahead.
Sorry, I was going to say, remember over there as well, you guys, you are very patriotic, you know, you learn your national anthem in school and stuff like that. We don't do that here. We're not allowed the flag up. We get called racist if we have our own flag.
It's heading there. So the Slytherin man, you know, whose eyes are like
the little creepy dead thing,
whose own country said he's not allowed back. He has orchestrated this all over the world.
Bingo.
Him and his buddies.
Yeah, I think he's just a complete puppet. I don't think he's not in charge of anything. I don't think he reads. He's the only president in history to actually have to read prompts everywhere he goes. He doesn't even know the names of the people.
I wasn't talking about Biden.
Oh, you were talking about.
She was going about the other side. Yeah. The other side.
I was talking about the Hungarian guy.
Oh, the dead Soros
guy.
dude. Soros. Yeah.
I don't know what's going to get us dinged, so there's certain things I'm trying not to say.
Trying to say it right without saying it.
Right. Speaking in code. So the other thing, too, that I would say about the United States, I've been hearing a lot lately, people saying that our constitutions aren't based on Judeo-Christian values. And that's just not true. Every constitution that I've read thus far, and it's well over 30 of them, says we the people, grateful to one of three thus far that I've read. Grateful to Almighty God, grateful to the Creator, or what was the other one? Grateful to, oh fudge, I forgot the other one. Either way, it directly gives credit to God.
Yeah.
Right.
For all of our rights.
Number one.
Yeah.
Right out of the gate. Yeah, hold on.
Remember, I used to be an atheist 10 years ago. And Flat Earth and a lot of other things got the ball rolling. Let me know about the whole hoax, the whole 9 yards, my thing working in the telecommunications industry, and my dad doing satellites, us talking, got me on this road. You know, we all got on the road different ways.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? We all at least agree on this whole hoax thing, and that's what we're pushing forward on. So,
yep.
Can you do it in the microwave? Sorry, I'm talking to Al.
I was very confused how the microwave fit in. Very confused.
Sorry,
it probably does actually.
Welcome, Julie Clark.
5
We got a new
things.
lady here. Did you find us through another channel or a YouTube actually pushing us? Apparently, once you get to 45 people in your chat, YouTube start to push. In the US, less than 10% of the population are veterans, says Boltgun. I thought it was more than that over there. Is that all?
Yeah. No, it's got to be way more than that.
Surely. It's got to be. I know that Boltgun's a Marine. Boltgun. How are you going,
I mean,
carry on, darling.
I can't remember what war it was, but I believe only 3% got this country going. You know, fought in the wars to get this country going.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And
So,
that's a small percentage. Yeah.
very small. I mean, if you figure 3% of a million, and how many died of that, like,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
it was a lot.
Yeah.
Population.
Do you know what they've done to our military? They're starting to do it to you, but they've watered it down that much
yep.
here.
Yep.
We've got hardly any. We haven't really got a military anymore. They wanted to absorb us into the EU military. And because of Brexit, they couldn't. So they watered us down to the point where we've hardly got anybody now. And the conditions what they keep our troops in are absolutely diabolical. They've got to buy their own stuff. They've got to buy all their own uniform, their own vests, everything. They don't get it given anymore.
I want to say it's probably similar here.
Yeah, it is. I got lots of vet friends, and that's what I've been told for the last 5-10 years. If they want good equipment, good vests, they got to buy it themselves.
Yeah, it's bad here. They've watered it down.
That's population control.
Well, and the ultimate goal, I think, is for the UN.
Yeah.
You know, aren't they?
Yeah.
I think they're the modern day Tower of Babel, are they not?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
On that side of things, yes. Mm-hmm. The UN is what's coming, or partial from them. You know what I mean? It goes back, and they've been even saying it in movies, hinting it off here and there, hinting that the UN controls everything. So that tells me that that's where it's going to follow, at least so far.
Yeah, at least an attempt of it, maybe.
The EU, the UN, they're all...
Yeah.
The EU are really bad. But then the thing is, like I was saying before, I would rather, like at the moment we've left the EU, sort of. We're saying we haven't really. We've still got ties to them. They're still controlling our data. If you Google something in the UK, you get a thing at the bottom saying, under EU law, we have withheld some results. So it's like, you might as well be in China, because the way that they're doing it now is, if you're in China and you Google something and the government don't want you to know it, they will like withhold stuff. They're doing the same thing here. It says the EU are stopping you. They'll be wearing UN uniforms, but underneath it'll just be Chinese people, says Doombot 9000. It's just ridiculous. And at the moment we're supposed to be out of the EU, but our country is worse than it's ever been. It's you can't do anything. I would rather be in the EU right now. Honestly, I would rather be in the EU, because at least there's a group of countries in there. Right now, we're on our own, on our little island, being run by a little tin pot dictator. He doesn't run anything through Parliament. They've actually bought our opposition. The opposition party are further left than the current so-called Conservative Party, who are not conservative whatsoever. We've got Marxists in opposition. So basically, whatever our governments say, when he does take it to Parliament, which isn't very often, he actually releases stuff to the press before he goes and tells his own MPs, members of Parliament. He releases it to the press. The opposition want more of what he's doing. So they have literally approved everything he's ever done. They've never argued it. There's never any debate. He just says something and they just do it. And they're actually pushing for more hardline, further left Marxist rule.
It's a
So
communist takeover.
we're
Yeah,
screwed.
yeah. It's a communist takeover.
It is a communist take. They've literally, if you look back, they've been buying out local newspaper. All the local news now are bought out by the one big mirror Trinity group. So if you go on a local's news and you're looking like for local stuff, it'll push in local communist stuff and local. And you think, oh well, it's happening everywhere. But if you look who owns it, it's the same people that own all the press now, and the government have just
Bingo.
put 32 billion into our media. So the old media would have been dead now if it wasn't for the government. But they're propping it up, and in return, they are their propaganda arm. So you've got the BBC,
Bingo.
all of them. They're all people think, oh, I'm going to like Fox News. Fox News is banned here. That's seen as far right. This is how bad it is here. Fox News is classed as far right in this country. It is banned. We only are allowed leftist propaganda, Marxist stuff. But even Fox News is, they're all controlled at some level, aren't they?
Exactly.
At least it's better than, commies marching in London today. What they've done before they've done this, they have put everything in place. You what? Sorry, Bri?
I just said they gave the impression. Go ahead.
Yeah, they've put everything in place ready for this. So if you look back over the last 20 years, they've put a commie in Canada. They've now got a commie in the States, a commie in Australia, New Zealand, all of the main, the main players, what they call the Five Eyes, which is like Canada, the States, Australia, UK, and is it New Zealand? And they're all. Good night, Free Speech Warrior. Lots of love, darling. Thanks for coming in, and thanks for the donation to Snoop Dogg. Love you.
Good
night, sweetheart. So they've strategically done this, but they did try this in 2009 with the old swine flu. They tried this, and if you look back at the news at the time, Channel 4, for example, who used to be quite anti-establishment, anti-government, they were questioning why people were being given Tamiflu. What they were questioning why people were being automatically put off work with a cold. They were questioning these things, and they realised they didn't own enough media at the time to do this. So they held.
Oh, got you.
Do you know what I mean? They were trying it then. I got given 2 weeks off work. I had the flu really bad. They told me I had it without any tests because they couldn't use the PCR test then because Carey Mullis, who invented it, was alive.
Back then. Keep going. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, but the guy who invented it said you can't use it in a pandemic.
Correct.
And they bumped him off in August 2019, just in time for this. But in 2009, he was alive and kicking, and he was screaming for the rooftops, "Do not use my test in a pandemic." And I've got it on tape of him saying it.
I did the same thing. I downloaded all that.
Yeah. So we know that they tried it. So all this has been orchestrated. There's no opposition. The opposition of the governments are usually further gone than they are. And it just, even if you think, oh, I'm going to go to a different news source, it's all the same. And people can't see that the whole thing is one big communist regime. So common law, guys, I want to know if you go, let's say, if you go to court in one of their courts, and you use common law against them, will the judge side with you?
Depends on the judge. I watched a guy from the UK bolt out of the courtroom to avoid being served.
Oh, I saw that. Yep. He's gone. He was gone.
Quite often.
He bounced.
He was being served papers. That's why he's been put on notice.
Right.
He's out the door. Yeah.
At some point, they're not going to let people in. They're not going to let things come across the board. I think that's how they're going to silence us. They're only going to let the certain judges take it. We're going to have a good go at it.
History will dictate. We will not remain silent.
Oh, I agree.
When you don't have the boomsticks, you get on YouTube and figure out how to make bows and arrows.
Right. Right.
You know, like
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. We're just at the disadvantage.
Figure it out.
That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? We got to
You
try to
exhaust every
Yeah.
peaceful avenue first.
exactly peaceful. Exactly.
Well, for example, we were
sorry.
talking, weren't we? Sorry, we were talking, Lynzy, about case law, and I looked into it, and case law is from common law, and that's
Right.
how they got the fine scrapped. The police £200 on the spot fine for being outside of your hour exercise during lockdown. You were allowed out for an hour. Hello, Paul. If you got seen standing still, you were fined £200. And people that went to court to fight the fine, which most people were just paying it, anyone that actually went to court to fight it, the judge overruled the government and said that the police were acting unlawfully. It wasn't a real law. It was
Had a
passed in
good
this an
one.
emergency power. And then as soon as one person stood up and said no, every single fine got scrapped because it's case law. So surely that is how we fight this now. If one
So
person,
far, yes, I
Yeah.
agree.
Absolutely.
one
That's
person
exactly
wins.
how you have to do it. My Constitution teacher, there's you know, the Miranda rights.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have the right to
No.
remain silent. You know, you've heard it on every CSI show or whatever, Law and Order.
Don't watch it, but you're gonna have to help me out there, sweetheart.
So the Miranda rights are named that because there was a man, I think it was David Miranda. Either way, his last name was Miranda, and he ended up suing the state of Arizona for basically not informing him of his rights upon arrest.
Yep.
And so from that case, and I'll find an affidavit and share it in the group so that we, you know, kind of have a better idea of what the heck I'm talking about. But he pulls from that particular case to make his point within his affidavit or his notice. So absolutely, you want to go back and pull from those historic cases that solidify the point that you're making, because you're saying, look, the court's already said that XYZ is XYZ. You can't now say that it's B. You know, so you pull from that, and then they know, you know, and that you're going to hold them to account. When it comes to one person standing all alone, they're going to brush you off, and they're going to ignore you or run away from you.
They
But once
normally
you start
say,
getting numbers and you start building your paper army, you know, because we're sending them notices, paper.
yeah, the
Then-
judges do say something. Sorry to interrupt you there, but
No way.
the judges say they can't see you. If you say you're standing in common law, they normally say they can't see you, because they're operating in legal land. So it's a dead entity.
Right.
But you can also throw that back at them, because you can say you can't see a living man, but you can see a dead person. So you can actually throw it back to them as like, are they actually mentally ill because they're looking for a dead person rather than a live person?
You want to deal with the
want to talk to a
instead
dead
of the man
person
in front of you.
Yeah. So you can actually, there's certain things you can do to kind of assist your case, really.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
but
and then
that's what they'll say.
And you just got to learn how to play their game. We have been trained in movies and TV shows and in watching how people around us have interacted with, you know, the governments, with the law, with all of this stuff. So you end up trained that, oh, well, this is just how it is, because they stopped teaching civics in class in school.
True.
And they stopped the Schoolhouse Rock TV shows that teach the kids how to make an effectual change, because they don't want us to make a change. They want to make the change. And if you really listen, they'll tell you exactly what their plans are.
Yep.
Yeah, they do. They tell us in
Yep.
plain sight. People just don't know.
Yeah. Just
Mm.
like
No.
Mr. Gates' TED Talk talking about his two favorite things, pop control and what was it? Seeds and bees? Population control with those two things. It was in his TED Talk, and it was a little blip surrounded by a whole hour of other stuff that sounded great.
I don't even watch TED Talk. You on about Mr. Masturbates?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
yeah.
Sorry.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. We don't know, Zach. Sorry, Zach's asking. It won the belly lump was a huge tumor. And sorry, about Snoopy. Zach's asking. The back, yeah, I'll show you in a bit. When I go in the lounge, I'll get the camera and show you. But he's got a massive cut down his back that's stitched. Good night, Julie. Lots of love. Thanks for coming in. YouTube actually recommended us, and Julie found us. Welcome. Have you subscribed, my love? So you come back next time. But thanks for coming in. We do different things. We do different topics, but we're all looking for the truth.
Exactly.
And, that's what we do. Truth, as Brian likes to say. I had to get that in, Brian.
Yeah. No, that's perfect.
Really quick, I want to touch on. Sorry, I didn't mean to move that. This big ass.
No, carry on. I was just you carry on, sweetheart.
So I wanted to touch on this little key right here on this law dictionary. So this is the last edition that had a key on the front. And I don't know the significance behind this, but I'm going to read you a verse out of the Bible that is just really interesting. Okay. And this is from 1979, just so you know.
Yep.
Okay. So this is from Luke, and it says, "Woe unto you also, ye lawyers, for you have laid men with burdens grievous to be borne, and ye yourselves touch not the burdens with one of your fingers." And he said, "Woe unto you also, ye lawyers, for you laid men with burdens grievous to be borne, and ye yourselves touch not the burdens with one of your fingers." The other way that this is written is, "Woe unto ye lawyers, for you have hidden the key of knowledge.
Right.
You've hindered those that tried to walk in, and you walked not in yourself."
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Key of knowledge.
Yeah.
Knowledge is the power. Knowledge is our power.
And so much of our power lies in understanding the law.
Yeah. So is common law getting more well known in the States?
Yes, it is. It is, especially because there is a large Judeo-Christian population.
Yeah, you have got quite a lot of Christians over there compared to here. We've got like a lot of Muslims, who just blindly follow whatever they're told to do.
Well,
which is why they are
using that do that
religion.
too.
We have Sikhs, and they are very awake. And,
Sikhs are lovely, but there's not enough of them. Islam is is really taking over, because if we have 1 or 2 children, they have 10. So they're growing in numbers, and I think that's why
they for a while. Keep going.
Yeah, it's getting worse, and I think that's why. Thank you, Julie. Lots of love. Julie's going to open a pub in the morning. Whereabouts are you, sweetheart? What part of the country? Sorry, I was just going to say that Islam is very easy to control. You know, they're the most obedient religion, in my opinion. The women, they wear the headscarf because they think they have to. They say they like doing it, and it's up to them. But you know that I don't believe that they would like doing it, but they don't know any different. And you can they can drip feed anything into the Islamic religion, and they will do as they're told. And I think that is why they're pushing Islam so much, because it's so obedient. Now, once they get most of the world Islamic, I think that's when they will turn on the Muslims as well. They
One
want to
step
get the
at a
Muslims in. You what? Sorry, Bri.
I said one step at a time. Continue.
Yeah. I think that's what they're going to do. Never take advice from a man law. I really believe that's what they're doing, because it's they don't really, they do as they're told. And I know it sounds horrible, but I think it's true. So they want to get that religion in. They want to wipe out the West.
Peoples that are very subservient.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah,
exactly. That's exactly like in China, because they're talking about these total numbers, and I can't remember what the site is, but total numbers for the 2025. Yeah, because it's I know it's 90 million for the USA. It's sort of 15 to 25 million for the UK. Yeah, I'm sorry, I've lost my thread now. I've gone off in a bit of a strange direction there.
We're just about religion and stuff.
Yeah, but what I was talking about was China, they and Japan, they want 500 million of them because they are subservient. They are completely subservient, but they're also getting rid of religion in their country.
Yep.
The Islamic people are under severe stress at the minute, and threats and everything. It's not good, and all the churches are all being shut. Yeah, they're still going on at the moment. It's a big push.
Well, in that part, the burning of the churches and things like that, it's only going to get worse. I expect to see it here.
Bingo.
I don't want to see it, but I expect to see it.
Really? Wow.
I agree. I agree.
Just because of the way that I've seen things kind of playing out, the media is just feeding into, anybody. I mean, they slapped a warning label on our Constitution, and our Constitution is in fact dangerous to those who wish to enslave us.
Right.
Yeah. Same here.
Yeah.
It's our freedom is very dangerous to those that wish to enslave us. They don't want us thinking for ourselves. They don't want us to have the ability to go into our backyard, pick some dandelions, make a tea, and relieve some of our pain, or take in our nutrients or whatever it is. They don't
want spiritual people, powerful people.
No,
because
they want to be God. They want us to worship them.
Yeah, they do. They want us to worship man. So just to say, Judy Clark, I'm from Sutton Coldfield originally. I live in York, near York now, further north. But I'm from Sutton Coldfield, and my family, I've got some family in Nuneaton. So lovely to meet you, sweetheart. George Eliot, my niece was born there. So Julie's new to the channel, and she runs a pub where not far from where I'm from. So just thanks for coming in, sweetheart. We'll have to chat. I'll have to dip down to your pub and meet you, say hello. I thought what I was going to say now. My brain's gone as well. Has anyone got any questions apart from Helena? Because you know this census thing. Can we say no under common law? Surely we can, because no man has got a right.
You don't need to do anything. Like I was saying, you don't really need to do anything because they're not addressed directly to you. It's addressed. It's anonymously addressed, isn't it? So you just return it. Don't open the letter. Just return it.
I opened it because I wanted to know what it was.
Yeah, but if you
I'm
know
gonna
what
go
it is,
see what my son's doing. I'll be right back.
Well, that's the way I would deal with it. It's just return it. That's it.
Well, I didn't. But the thing is, Tim, are you on Facebook? I didn't know. You'll have to message me, Tim. Julie, if you're on Facebook, send me an email, Julie. I'll put my email address in, and I'll. There you go. My sister's called Julie as well. Tim, message me on Discord, and or I'll message you, and we'll get each other on Facebook. They've ruined Birmingham, says Lionheart, with their heroin and other atrocities. Yeah, well, the thing is, I've heard a rumor. I don't know if this is true. You might know this, Bri. In America, they're actually starting to ban people from growing their own stuff. Is that true? In their garden?
Certain things at certain places, yes.
How are they doing that?
Federally, it's still illegal.
What, to grow your own produce?
Yep, certain things. So they're hitting it. They're like here, they were paying farmers. I got farmers that are family members that grow tons of stuff for tons of wherever they sell it off to. And this year, the government went through and offered them 3 times the value of the crops just to destroy it. What does that do down the line when you got a lot of people that are making all the crops for us next year? And this is happening over there where you guys are at too.
Yeah.
But we're seeing it a lot here. So I'm assuming it's happening there. So if that's happening now, what's going to happen down the line? It's just going to get worse and worse and worse and worse. Here comes Soylent Green.
Yeah. It is getting worse. It is, but do you not feel like we're in a situation right now where it's do or die? Where what we do now
exactly
is we have to fight, and like we have to all do our bit. Like Lynzy was saying, if you can just you're in a queue, speak to somebody, let them know. Leaflets, what Conspiracy Guy does. Do you speak to a lot of strangers, Conspiracy Guy? I can imagine you do.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, quite often. Yeah. It's amazing, really. And you find lots of people who are quite into this, although maybe they don't show it outwardly, but
they listen.
Once you start speaking to them, then you suddenly realize actually they're on side, as well.
Then you get that
they think they're on their own. A lot of them just believe they're on their own. There's nobody else, who believes what they believe.
See, that's when you all of a sudden get your texts. Now keep going, from those people when you reach out. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's exactly that. I've met some really fantastic people. I mean, it's been, to me, I find this all really good. It's been very good. I know there's a lot of people looking to the future and looking a bit bleak. But
exactly.
I think this is a spiritual war, so we need to use spiritual power. And I've mentioned this before, and that is about the power of love. Sending love out to the world, to various situations, and it's amazing what difference it makes. I've been doing this for some years now, and I know it works. It does work, and if we get enough people doing this is why they're really petrified of us understanding all this, understanding our spiritual power and the power of love, because that is the most powerful emotion, and with the highest vibration as well. People living in fear, they have limited power, very limited power.
Makes sense. Yep.
But when you're actually in a high vibrating state, you can, well, in the Bible it talks about one person can perform miracles, 2 can move mountains. So it is like that. So the more people that actually start to do this and actually start sending out love to, situations that aren't sort of favorable, let's put it that way, it will change. I know it will change. We've won already. We've just got to keep the pressure on.
You reckon we've won? How though?
Yeah.
He's talking in the slow rollout, and hopefully it speds up.
We've won. But we have
Do you
to
mean no
keep the
matter
pressure.
what?
Yeah. Well, no, no matter what. If we keep on doing what we're doing and keep on the pressure, keep on the common law, keep on doing all these things, leafleting, getting people awake, that's it. It's game over for them.
So this common law thing, this is what people are struggling with. If it's the law of the land, so will it always take precedence, the lamb and flag? Let me write that down.
Absolutely. Common law trumps legal land, easily.
Right. And there is such a thing as bad case law, so it just, I would go back to the earliest that, and maybe even, however, 2, even 3 previous cases that upheld the common law right before the bad law came into effect.
Yeah.
Because obviously the more you have that backs up what you're trying to do, the better. Years ago, when my husband was alive, he had gotten himself into trouble just because he was an alcoholic. And I watched him for, was it 3 years, 3 or 4 years? I watched him struggle with a probation officer. I watched him struggle to work an actual job with an asshole probation officer that would do anything in her power
to put him away,
to throw him in prison and ruin his life further than it had been. And my husband spent $2,500 on a lawyer, and this lawyer could not get him his freedom.
No, you can't now. You can't.
Right. So my husband fired the guy, and he got himself like a pocket-sized calendar, and he started documenting every instance of harassment, every little detail of interaction he had with her. He started documenting it. He went through even the probation department's website and had found an anonymous employee survey that even the probation officers themselves said that they felt an environment of, what did they say? An environment of hostility, and it's not retribution, but like revenge of some kind. That basically, retaliation, that was the word I was looking for, retaliation. Even within their own department, they felt this coming from their higher ups. So my husband stood in front of a judge and won his freedom back all on his own.
Right on.
Wow.
Right on.
By using their own shit against them.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And until they can change that, then we're good. Keep going.
So I was just going to say, my husband was a very smart man. He taught himself German from a book.
Wow.
So I really feel like the wrong person is left here to deal with this.
Okay, I got you.
But
no, you're doing really well. You're doing really well.
You are, darling.
He showed me kind of how to do
it.
He showed me how to do it. If he could spend 7.5 years, some very formative years, in a den of vipers, and come out with not one single ounce of prison ink on him, and gain his freedom, then the least I could do is make sure that his son grows up as free as he got to grow up.
Right.
Yeah.
So for anybody else who is scared, I don't know if you could hear it in my voice, but I'm not exactly confident. But at the same time, when God is for you, who can be against you?
Yeah.
And this common law comes from him.
Yeah. Yeah. True.
Has anyone got weapons here? Can we talk weapons? We'll start
I
with
got the
our
big one.
American friends.
Well-
You're so brave, Lynzy, by the way. Sending you lots and lots of love and hugs. Lynzy is amazing. Can
Yes.
we all show us some love in chat? That must have been really hard to say that, you know. She lost her husband, so it must be difficult. We love you, Linz, and thank you for being here for tonight.
Absolutely. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, you're doing fab. So I'm hoping you're going to be a regular, maybe, possibly. That would be great.
That'd be cool.
Awesome panel tonight, folks. What do you reckon? Are we enjoying it? Because I am.
So far, so
American-
good. Yeah.
Yeah. Is it good for you, conspiracy guy, as well, to
Yeah.
meet some of our American
No,
friends?
it's always good to meet people, other people around the world, or anywhere, even just down the road. It's always fascinating talking to people, seeing their point of views and their interests, their knowledge. You know, obviously, massive knowledge around here.
I agree. I
Fascinating.
agree.
It's really good. I just find that really good. I've obviously got friends on Facebook around the world as well, and we often have chats. Not verbally, but we chat. We type each other, and but it's just interesting to understand what they're up to, what they're up against.
I think it's
we can.
Jack. Sorry. Good night, iBogey. So we say good night to iBogey. Thank you for being here. Lots of love. Julie Clark, I've made you a moderator, so you're blue, which means any trolls come in, you can bash them over the head. So well done on that. Welcome, Jack. I'm so glad you're here. So moving on from if anyone's got any questions on common law, please get them in, because Lynzy is here. Bri, do you know anything about common law?
I'm learning myself.
Right.
However, I did want to interject one thing before we got started, and you started talking about kind of like weapons.
Yeah.
Now let's think about the flip side of those things. In the last 20, 30, 50 years, they've been building suppression weapons. That's against any type of people. They call it rioting. We call it peaceful protesting, stuff like that. Now, they can also use that on small pockets of people and large pockets. So keep that in mind in the conversation we're about to have. I'm just putting that out there. Most people don't think about that when they're putting that there. It's a lot to think about, but when you go and do the research, it's all out there. They have a lot of stuff out there.
There's a lot. There's so much to learn. Anyone that says they know everything is either delusional or a liar, because we're all
or a delusional liar.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Bingo.
Because and what I like about this is that it's good to talk to people from other parts of the country, other parts of the world, to see what you guys are going through. And it does help. They want to keep us all separate in our own little boxes. They want the LGB in one box. They want the black people in one box, the white people in one box, and people can't see it's all about division. If anything, it's become more divided than ever now. You know, they're going about diversity. They've infiltrated every single pocket of society and divided them. But we have to keep coming together, no matter what colour, what religion, what race. We are the 99%, and it's us against them. And as long as we're arguing with each other, we're never going to look what's going on around us, which is, there's only a few people who we actually have to beat. America falls, the whole world falls. I kind of know what you mean. That's why they've got Biden in. That's why they've done that. But I still don't believe that he's in charge. And I know, I think he's possibly a hologram.
Some of them look questionable.
Yeah.
Some of them absolutely do. There was a Valuetainment is another YouTube channel, and back in 2020, kind of at the beginning, I kept getting harassed by the suggestions to watch this one particular video. I say it was harassed because it's like no matter how many times I refresh, this one video was like, watch me, watch me.
Yep.
So I finally watched it, and it was this chief disguise officer for the CIA. It was a really interesting interview. It was about an hour long, and she talked about getting herself into a disguise, making herself a man, and completely fooled George Bush Sr.
Wow.
Okay, that sounds familiar.
I think I might have shared it in the group once before. I can find it again and share it again. But it was really fascinating. And, you know, I don't know. I feel like even through silly things like YouTube, God will give you a little nudge like, hey, you need to be aware of this.
Yeah, guidance.
Yeah, true.
In a way.
True.
Yeah.
That's what it's helping us all out. Continue.
Right. You know, and so I think that it was a little bit of a just piqued my interest, and one of those things I kind of filed away, you know, and see why this might become relevant, you know. And you put little things together like Obama talking to Colbert about, you know, being in his basement in his pajamas talking to somebody in an earphone. You know, it's a little hard not to come up with conspiracy theories when there's all these little nuggets out there. Like, how can you not string them together? So,
in movies, they call them Easter eggs. You know.
Yes.
You know. So what we're doing is pretty much the same thing. You know.
We're looking for the real life Easter eggs.
Like that one that said "Plan Emic."
Yep.
She leaked it right there, and everybody's like, "What?" You know.
Oh, their little lion tongues have slipped so many times. So many times. Like, I wish I had one of those little counters the school bus driver uses.
Right.
You'd have worn it out by now.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
yeah, it might have recycled.
Roll over, and you got to get a new one. You're right.
So yeah, no, if it's once again, it goes back to it's for those with eyes to see and ears to hear. Not everyone is made for this fight. We're not out here trying to wake up other sheep. We're out here trying to wake up lions because we have work to do. You know, for those who aren't up for the fight, that's okay. You know, we all can have a role and a place in the process. Some people are able to go out with picket signs and scream and shout and march, and that's great because we need those megaphones to keep the message circulating. Meanwhile,
everywhere,
circulating information online. There's people conversing like we are here. It's all got a place. It's all got a role. Yeah. We just need to roll with it and just keep moving. Just keep going.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying earlier. You know, we just got to keep doing what we're doing.
Yep.
And it'll all fall into place. I'm sure of it.
Absolutely. I believe it.
I'm going to have to. It's kind of late here.
Got you.
Yeah, it is late.
Yeah,
we didn't do our third night conspiracy guy because we managed to grab hold of Lynzy, who is studying common law. That's why. But can we do that next Sunday if you're free?
Yeah, I think I'm okay. I'm just we've got a bit of a break.
Have you?
At the minute, not with with the rebels on roundabouts. That's going pretty well.
Is Saturday better then? Because Saturday would get.
I don't think there's any car boots on Saturday. Not the ones that I would go to anyway.
Good boy.
So yeah, that could be a possibility.
I think Bolt Gun might be coming up next next Saturday with his son to talk about the Bible. Now, you might find this interesting, not in a way of talking about Bible prophecy and how he's looked into the Bible and he's seen it in a different way that and you might find that interesting.
So is he going through kind of Revelations as well on that?
But he's not reading it the way that most people do. He'd have to explain it, but he's reading it in a different way that Jesus, I think, has already been back or something. But I don't know much about it. But Boltgun and his son might be coming up next Saturday. So if they do, that would be great for you to come on. I'm still here for a bit, guys. Don't worry.
Okay, I'm going to say good night.
Okay, let me know Saturday or Sunday if you're about. Good night, conspiracy guys. Sleep well.
I don't think there's anything. I'll let you know if there's anything crops up. I'll drop you a line or something and let you know. But at the minute it's free. So because after the car boot sale, I'm normally pretty worn out. And I don't get back till really late normally as well, because we often go off chatting away after events, which I also find fascinating. Again, meeting up with so many amazing people, just incredible. Anyway, okay, thank you all.
You're welcome anytime.
Thank you. It was great to talk with you.
It's been great, and
very much a pleasure.
See you again.
Take care. Absolutely. You've got my number. Keep it. Just let me know. I might do a Friday and a Saturday and a Sunday next weekend, so you can jump on any time if I'm on. Just let me know, and I'll send you the link.
Yep. Okay. Thanks very much. Thanks, Penny.
All right. Take care. Night.
Take it easy, Chief.
Night. So, if we can all thank Conspiracy Guy for helping out with his he's still there. Oh, there you go. With his common law knowledge. Julie, what's the difference between conspiracy and the truth? About 6 months. They love that in the pub. Very true. Conspiracies usually come true. They do. Why I've got my American friends on. Jack, are you okay, mate? I haven't really been reading chat as much as I'd like because I've been obviously talking to the panel. So prepping, I wanted to ask you guys about that because people are looking into it more and more. Now, weapons, back to weapons. So do you have any, first of all, Brian, do you have any weapons? And then we'll ask Lynzy. I find this so interesting.
I will just say no.
Okay. And apart from your hands, are you a black belt, Bri?
There's things that are... I just don't like saying anything.
Yeah, I think Brian's a bit of a ninja.
It's just one of those things where we should be good. And if I move, it's one of those things where I'm also helping other people and fortifying myself at the same time and the group. So might be doing that in the future. So yeah.
Cool.
Gotta do what you gotta do for the loved ones.
Yeah, exactly. When you move state, if you do move to, is it North Carolina? Do you have to tell them what weapons you've got when you move state in the US?
Well, if you're moving regular stuff like you don't have any convictions and you get 12 gauges and stuff like that, no.
Okay.
But certain things, I think, like high artillery and stuff like that, maybe handguns, you might have to update. I'm not really sure on that one.
Right.
But
okay.
On that case, some of them, yes, some of them, no.
Okay. Lynzy, are you allowed guns in your state?
So, real quick, before I am going to answer you, I'm going to take the long way though. Okay.
You're okay, sweetheart. you don't have to answer. I'm just interested.
No. I'm gonna. It's a teaching moment.
Okay.
All right. So you see this? Pennsylvania Constitution.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you ready? It's really awesome. I like it. It's one of my
show us
favorite.
something? I'm going to put you in big if you are.
Oh, you can.
There we go.
Okay, hold on. Let me. Oh, that's right. I printed on the other side and it's upside down. Section 5. Hold on. It's
Hey,
in
Tom.
here.
There's 51 people watching. That's brilliant. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, thank you.
Hold on. It's coming. I promise.
We appreciate
Bear with me.
everybody in the chat.
We do. We appreciate. You could be doing anything right now, and you're here with us. So thank you, and thank you. Yeah, Jack, message me. Message me now if you want, and I'll read it after.
What on earth? Come on, I know it's in here.
Sounds
Here it is.
great.
They put it all the way down at the bottom, but here it is. You see that? Right to bear arms?
Right.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. This is very simple and it's one sentence. Are you ready? The right of the citizens to bear arms in defense of themselves and the state shall not be questioned.
Period.
There you go. And is that so? Did you say that is the Pennsylvania Constitution?
This is the Pennsylvania Constitution. This is Article 1, Declarations of Rights.
And that's what we would file off of.
Yeah, you would. The only part of the constitutions that is for us is the bills and declarations of rights. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else is to keep the government in check.
Right, right. That's why we have them.
So interesting. So all of your states have got.
They're all different, and so here I will go. I have two other states right in front of me here. Let me see what these say. Oh, I did some of these upside down. I was trying to... And they're not all written the same because they were all created at different times. So...
after one does it, just like the pot, one does it, the other ones change it up a little bit, the other ones change it up a little bit.
Well, and then some of them just have more fire than others. Like Maryland, Pennsylvania, Virginia, kind of the original colonies have some of the most powerful constitutions.
Got you. Yep. Good old boys, as they would say them.
So, and some of them are like labeled really well, and some of them aren't. You kind of have to read them to
find what you. Yeah, I got you.
Outstanding armies.
So are they all pretty much of a muchness then?
Say that again.
Are they all pretty? These constitutions. Are they all pretty similar?
They are. They really are, and that's why I say, because we're a republic, we kind of all work together, and all of these constitutions are incredibly similar. I want to say Rhode Island. I think it's Rhode Island. Abortions are illegal.
Right. Okay.
Completely. It's one of those states up there, one of the real tiny ones. It's still illegal, like totally. I'm sure there are doctors that still do it, but I just found that interesting one day when I read
That
it.
is interesting, yeah. Is that just the only state now where it's illegal?
That's
to have
the only
abortion?
one that I've come across. Everywhere else, it appears it's either not in there at all, or it appears to allow it. That was really weird. I didn't find that in there, but I could have been missing it. Bill of Rights. Oh yeah, and then I printed that one wrong. I printed some of these completely wrong. It's a new printer, so I was trying to figure it out. Here, I could just do it like this. I could just do it like this. All right, you can take me off the big because I've got to pull it from my...
I'm putting... Okay. So, do you have any guns then?
All I will say is that I am not defenseless.
Okay.
That's about all I feel comfortable.
Exactly. That's how we're all thinking about it across the board.
But I'm just letting you know what my constitutional rights are, and I'm not defenseless.
You're like, Well, the thing is, we are under the Magna Carta. We have a right to bear arms.
Right.
So, but they're going to do to you what they've done to us. Their
They're going to
parliament
try.
Yeah,
has
they're
banned
gonna try.
guns.
So
will
the
try.
thing, though, is that within our constitutions, it actually states that any law that is repugnant to the Constitution of the United States is void.
Yeah, exactly.
Ours does as well.
Right. So you have an obligation to not obey that, according to our forefathers, the people
The
who.
right of the people shall not be infringed.
Right.
That's what
Now-
it says on our Magna Carta.
Now
So
we
an
all
infringement is a tax. An infringement is a set of guidelines in which this thing should be characterized under.
penalized. Yeah.
Right.
Hello, RMP.
You have the right to defend yourself, and you also have the right to be able to go out and hunt your food if you need to.
Exactly.
So this is I've just got up our Magna Carta here. Now this is for Protestant. The Bill of Rights. This is 1689. This one. In England, the Bill of Rights for England, constitutional law of England, certain civil rights, and it says here we have arms for their defence suitable for their conditions and as allowed by law. So it says here. The right to keep and bear arms is a right for people to possess weapons, in brackets arms, for the preservation of life, liberty and property.
Exactly.
That is in our constitution, our English constitution.
And that is like
That's in
period.
ours. Yeah, that's ours too, basically.
Yeah.
across
So
the board.
what all they've done is put a parliament in. Yours is based on ours.
Yes.
It
So
says it here.
I'm going to read you Arizona's right to bear arms.
So how can they ever stop us from having guns then? If
They
we
really,
just...
I mean, they can take them, but they're acting unlawfully.
So this is what I don't understand. So if I took them to court, who would win? Because under common law, you say, have they officially rebuked common law? Officially?
Say that last part again. I'm sorry.
Right, okay. So have they officially taken away common law, or do they just think we've just forgotten about it?
They are hoping no one notices.
Exactly.
They are hoping no one notices. They are banking on the masses being dumb. And by dumb, I don't mean stupid. I mean uninformed.
Just being ignorant. Yeah, of the laws. Yeah.
Yes. That's what they're hoping for. And they're hoping that because they took the guns away, that you're not going to fight back because you'll be fearful.
Compliant.
So yeah.
Yep.
So here I'm gonna read something because it's going to back it up. It's the right. That right is universal because it's common law. So Arizona, this is in their bills and declarations, and it says bearing arms, the right of the individual citizen to bear arms in defense of himself or the state shall not be impaired, but nothing in this section shall be construed as authorizing individuals or corporations to organize, maintain, or employ an armed body of men. So here in the States, we're not allowed to have a standing army.
Carry back. Sorry.
You know, we're not supposed to have a standing army on our land. There are service members, there are people who are employed to go elsewhere, but they're not supposed to act on behalf of our government against us.
Right.
So, and it seems here, it looks like Arizona, from what I'm reading, it almost looks like they've outlawed militias, but that would be repugnant to the United States Constitution. You know what I mean? That would be repugnant to the original intent.
But they've done it here. And they've
They
got
have.
away with it. You've not
So
connected.
far. But the more of us, the more of you over there that wake up, the more people that you can reach with this wonderful platform of yours, the better. You know, the more people that you can get onto these streams to listen, and you have Conspiracy Guy back to talk specifically about you guys, you know, you guys could really make a big change. You need more
That's
people
what we're
awake.
trying to do. That is what we all. Bright says not connected. We need to stand and fight for our rights. We do, and a lot of people don't really. Yeah, Bright, what I'm going to do, I'm going to kick you and come back, because it's got their device not connected. So you go and try and click back on it again. You've got the link, bud, in Discord. Yeah. So has anybody else got any questions for Lynzy? Because I just find this really interesting. A welcome, RMP. Hello. Good
I
to
have
see
something
you.
for you, Penny, that I would like you to cross-reference, since we have found a similarity in the right to bear arms.
Yeah.
There is a sentence that I would like you to investigate.
I would love to investigate.
All right, so this is coming from the New Hampshire Constitution. And New Hampshire's state motto is live free or die.
Live free or die. Hello, Ted. Live free or die.
Yeah, so they have written into their constitution. There's oranges, there's banana, there's apples. And then there's also fruit roll-ups that I made.
Oh, I want some fruit
Ah.
Okay, so New Hampshire wrote into their constitution. Are you ready for the title of this article?
Yes,
Are
go.
you ready?
Go.
Are you ready? It's so exciting. Right of revolution. Right of revolution.
And that's the New Hampshire one.
It's in New Hampshire. It's in the Bills and Declarations of Rights, Article 10. And it says, government being instituted for the common benefit, protection, and security of the whole community. Bring me one of those containers, we'll get it open. And the whole community, and not for the private interest or emolument of any one man, family, or class of men. Therefore, whenever the ends of government are perverted and public liberty manifestly endangered, and all other means of redress are ineffectual, the people may, and of right, ought to reform the old or establish a new government. This is the sentence that I want you to see if it exists in any of y'all's documents. You ready?
Okay.
The doctrine of non-resistance against arbitrary power and oppression is absurd, slavish, and destructive of the good and happiness of mankind.
You're going to have to send that to me.
I will. I'll actually do a snippet and I'll post it in the Telegram channel.
Yeah. Stick it in the Telegram group. By the way, folks, if you want to join us in our Telegram group, it's all right, Bright. It's all right, bud. I'm going to put my personal Telegram in here. Now, if you want to join our group, because we don't want to be infiltrated by anybody, trolls or spying guys like 77 Brigade who are in the UK or so on, we keep it private because we know we're safe. But if you want to join it, that is my personal at red-pilled rabbit, red_pilled_rabbit is my personal Telegram. Drop me a message, and what I'll do, I'll add you to our group. I've just added Machine Tube today, so we've now got 33 of all the numbers. 33 people in the group now, Linz.
Cool. I'll be right back.
Okay, yeah, so there is some questions coming. Helena, are you still here, sweetheart? Because if you are, could you screenshot these questions for me, if you don't mind? I don't know if you're still here, though. You might have gone to sleep.
I came back.
You're right, take your time. If you need to nip off and do anything.
No, he was having trouble getting the lid back on a container.
Oh, Is he okay?
Oh, he's fine. I make homemade fruit roll-ups from scratch.
Ooh.
And so he was having a hard time getting the lid back on for one of them.
Oh. Well, hello, little dude. Jack will be so excited to if he can do the Minecraft thing.
Yes, Gus actually just said that when he wakes up, he wants to talk to Jack.
Oh my god, really? We could do a video call.
Sure,
On
we'll figure
Telegram.
it out.
Yeah. It's all right, Helena. I think I've seen a question. I'm not sure. It's all right though, darling. I know you've got little one at school and stuff. Helena, we're not going to we need to meet up and with petrol situation. Hopefully it'll be sorted out soon. Yeah, they've taken the petrol off us and they're putting army on the streets because they caused the media to take the media said there was going to be no petrol. And they said, don't worry, you won't, there'll be petrol. Don't panic buy.
Yeah, so I heard that.
Yeah, when you say don't panic buy.
Yeah, everyone panics.
Exactly. So this is what's happening now. So everyone's gone mad. Yeah, welcome, Ted. DK has dropped the Magna Carta articles, Magna Carta in the modern age. I don't think it carries much clout. I know that some, during the lockdown, some businesses, some hairdressers and also some soft play places were actually printing off the Magna Carta and sticking it on the windows outside. So when the police came to close them down, they were using the Magna Carta to say they've got a right to do business.
Yep.
And the police couldn't do anything. Nope.
So here they were also my Constitution teacher throughout the United States. He helped to get over 100. I want to say he said it was like 109 or something like that. Businesses reopened, and the way that he did it was had them create a private membership association. And so let's say it's a gym. Gyms already have memberships, right? So all you do is move it from an LLC to make it a private.
What an LLC means, darling. Would you help me out?
Here for LLC, it's limited liability company, I think, or corporation, something like that.
Okay.
It's just, I want to say it's an insurance classification. I think it has something to do with insurance. Because you can also make it incorporated or something like that. It's different and it's above my pay grade. I don't know.
Okay.
So, but either way, a restaurant here went into a PMA, private membership association. The membership fee was $1.
Wow.
$1. So it's and the government can't interfere because you're no longer under their jurisdiction.
I think a lot of this is because you're in a republic, I think it's going to be a lot easier for you than it is for us.
It's not going to be impossible, though, because you've already got people working on it. There was a video that I wanted to make sure that you saw earlier. It came from Birmingham.
Birmingham, that's where I'm from.
Birmingham. Yes, I know, and I shared it. Because it was from the mids. So, the constable there was served. And he stood on his oath and said that he stands with the people.
The who?
And I think
sorry.
it was a.
Who
I
was
think
this?
it was. What?
Sorry, who was this? Sorry.
It was just a video that I saw that came out of the UK. It was from over there.
Yeah, there is a lot. There is a lot of work. I'm just going to go on to. I'm going to see if I can go on to Unity News Telegram page because they are. See if David's got any videos out. These are the people that are, sorry, not Telegram, Twitter. These are the people that have served. A lot of people might not know this, but Boris has actually been served. Hang on, is this it? This is from Birmingham. What's this? Hang on, let me just share this. Hello, Bubba News. Thank you for your Telegram name. Awesome. When I'll come off, I'll add. Actually, I'll have a look in a minute. So Unity News Network have served Doris. I don't know what this video is here. Let's see what this is. This is from Birmingham. Have I shared the sound? Can you hear it?
Warriors
You
out
can.
here having to deal with madmen that are absolute psychos. Look at these beautiful people fighting for your children.
Why vaccinate teens?
Woo!
We are roundabout rebels. This is what Conspiracy Guy does. These are called the rebels at the roundabout. So that's in Birmingham. Yeah, these are the people that have. No, don't do that.
Penny,
Sorry?
I'm going to tag you in it. I did share it into the group earlier. I'm going to reply to myself and tag you so you can find it.
Thank you. Yeah, tag me and stuff because I often go back and there's too much gone by.
Yeah, I hear you.
London Marathon today. YV Teens board. Yeah, I'm just looking down here. Breaking news. Post-mortem shows not a shred of evidence Geronimo had TB and the poor. Yeah, I've heard about this. You know that poor llama? Did you hear about the llama?
No.
There was a llama and he was a pet one. Hello, Shrapnel.
He had to get put down?
They took him. They murdered him and he didn't have it after all.
Of course.
There was court cases to save him. There was court case after court case. And here they are dragging him out. A pet. And he was murdered and he didn't even have it. How many more false positives tests across the medical spectrum, says UNN.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Queen is set to personally fund Prince Andrew's legal fees. Do you know about this?
I heard about that.
Disgusting.
No, it really is. And the other thing, too, is how much of that money is actually the people's money? It's
all of our money.
Right. I mean, it's a facetious question, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I know what you mean. It's all of our money, but yeah.
And this right here, that's a great big, she's not the only one. She better not be the only one that goes down because we all know she ain't the only one who took that kind of money.
No, she's not. They're sick. Isn't it sickening?
It is. Well, and they're so damn blatant about it. So blatant. Just not, they don't give an F in the world. They think, haha, we're here, and they're just flaunting it, all of the corruption in our faces.
Exactly. They do. They're just laughing at us. This is no more lockdown.
We'll have the last laugh.
I hope so. I hope so. And if you can homeschool people, please do. I know it's not possible for everybody. I'm just going to put this in chat. This is no more lockdowns. Now, this is Unity News have also got no more lockdowns, and they are doing some. These are the ones that have done the work again. Putting affidavits on the government to stop this. This is Westminster Bridge, down with the criminal cabal, arrest Matt Hancock.
Love it.
So this is what they're doing. So this is David Clues. It's only a short 45-second one. He might be watching. I don't know. He does watch us sometimes. Let's see what he's got to say today.
To me, this is far more important. But we just have to not comply. Businesses have to not comply. People have to not comply. It really, really is as simple as that. Same goes for, wanting wee treats. There's been a big furore about Delingpole on holiday. Well, look, it's really, really simple. If you're taking crap up your nose or in your mouth to get treats, you're going along with the system. We can't go along with it. We're in charge. We live our lives. They don't tell us anything. I'll be live tonight, 7 o'clock as usual. Tina Brooker, who was outside Dr. Hillary's,
He goes live
Palatial
on
country home.
D Live. He got thrown off Facebook. They're a news organisation. They've been going for like 3 years, and they've been thrown off. What's this? This is an interesting article. Johnson & Johnson. Slovenia suspends Johnson & Johnson prick after death. Did you know about this?
Really?
Yeah, Slovenia has temporarily suspended the use of the Johnson & Johnson Janssen prick after a 20-year-old woman died of a brain hemorrhage and blood clots just days after getting the prick. The Health Ministry has called on the Public Health Institute to temporarily suspend the pricks until all details related to this case are cleared up. So you can't see that because it's opened a separate window. Yeah, I've been following them for since they started. I met a few of you on there. So, gone. So this is the same people. No more lockdowns, but these people are working really, really hard to fight these evil Fs. These are taking them. They're doing it the best way. They're taking them through the courts, and that is the only way we can do this. I'm sorry, but people saying violence. There's only so much violence people can do.
Well, and that's really it's not going to truly get your message
so far on them
across.
No, it's not.
They're a really, really good quality leaflet, double-sided A4. If you want
this
to
is the leaflet,
print them
folks.
yourselves, get them printed locally, download them. As I say, all of our stuff is copyright free for everyone. All we care about is getting the message out there. So as things stand, we've ordered 100,700. We should be able to get the packs of 200 out next week, and then the packs of 1,500 out the week after ASAP. They'll be coming out in the post via Royal Mail to you. So look, we want them out as quickly as possible. But honestly, huge thanks to everybody who once again is chipping in and digging in deep. Look, here's the thing. I want a quick answer to this. I want this to stop, but we've got to put in the grunt work, and that does involve leafleting, putting them through people's doors, etc. And we just need to keep doing that. I know it's not exotic. I know it's not the silver bullet, but we need to just keep doing stuff like that. I'm so proud of all of you who are out with your yellow boards, who are doing local grassroots activism. You know, there's just so much going on.
I'm going to find the link to that. You can download the leaflet or you can order them. Now, that leaflet is what I think what we're going to do. I'm going to order some. What's this here? Oh my God, Russian RT News, it's Russian Today, German language channels were deleted from YouTube. They've banned RT, which is and I didn't know about that. Yeah,
I think that was a couple of days ago.
Yeah, I don't
know. I wake up so early in the morning, it could have been this morning. For all I know.
It was probably a couple of years ago. Yeah, prepare for full digital control in 5 years' time. So anyway, that is UNN and who are working really, really hard. I can't push them enough. Yeah, my Telegram, I'll put my personal link, but I'm not putting the group in. RT, they do, but to get rid of them is just ridiculous. Hello, Dacone. If so, it's Shield money. I've missed something here. Lost his stride a bit. Sorry, I've missed some of this. Has anyone got any more questions for Lynzy about that? And then I'm going to ask her if she's got time. I don't know if you've got to get your little boy to bed, Lynz.
Yeah, we're getting...
let me know as soon as you got to go. I was going to ask you.
I think at 9 o'clock I can go.
No, we're on 2 o'clock here, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, okay. She's got like 20 minutes left. Is that okay?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Okay. Have you done much prepping? I wanted to ask about... I'm going to ask Bri as well, but he's had to go.
Well, that's another thing that you really shouldn't say on a live.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But I will tell you...
Just because people want advice, have you got any advice?
I recommend Grow Garden, a really awesome kind of historical point to Google or look up, DuckDuckGo, whatever y'all want. Look up victory gardens. That's something that they did back in World War II. Pretty much
Okay.
everyone in the neighborhood started growing, backyard gardens, front yard gardens.
Yeah.
It's really important, especially if you know anything about history. Potatoes saved the Irish,
They did.
from starving to death. Basically, YouTube will tell you anything you want to know. I have looked at videos for gardening, for food preservation, for, just for making healthier snacks for my son. I buy frozen fruit and I make homemade fruit leathers in my oven. It's really easy, it's healthy, it's a great way for both of us to eat more fruit. So there's common sense things that you can implement just because it makes more sense, and it's more of like a lifestyle change. But I highly recommend to grow a garden, figure out how to grow food, even if it's just tomatoes in a pot the first time. Whatever your favorite thing to eat is, try to grow that. It's a lot easier than you think to grow food. And I say this being a city girl who didn't have her first garden until she was 37 years old.
Wow.
So, and I've, in 2 growing seasons, I've grown zucchini, Japanese eggplant, watermelon, peas, corn, bunch of mint, cucumbers for pickling. Just truly, it's a lot easier than you think, especially if you live somewhere where it rains.
Well, we get a love for that over here.
Just figure out what grows in your climate.
Yeah, we've got good weather for that, but we don't have good weather. We don't have hot weather, but we have a lot of wet weather. Welcome, Miss Dragon. I've made you blue, sweetheart. I've not seen you for a while. Hope you're okay. Welcome in. Yeah, I wanted to ask you because I think a lot of you guys over there are far more ahead than us over here with the prepping. That's what I wanted to ask you. But yeah, I totally understand what you're saying. It's just nice for you to share your knowledge, like what Zach's just said. So would you say about
I'm more than willing.
No, thank you. Okay, would you recommend, so obviously not so much hoarding as
no, but
sustainable.
Be prepared. Have 6 months, worth of food available. Have some water purification tablets available. I think I got a pack of water purification tablets for like $10. It's super cheap.
What's that for? What does that do?
In an emergency, let's say you had a boil order because for some reason the water was contaminated.
Yeah.
It's another safeguard. Like, let's say you're out hiking and you run out of bottled water. You can put some of these water purification tablets, in some water coming from a stream, and then you're not going to get any waterborne illnesses.
Right. Okay.
So,
I didn't know about that.
These are all things that I'm very new to, and I've just recently learned myself.
Right. Okay. So, guys, water purification tablets, 6 months worth of toilet roll is what I would suggest. Or get some old newspapers. And I started canning again, slowly gathering prep stuff.
Awesome.
Yeah, water tabs will work. We've mud puddle water, says Boltgun. You can use dirty water. Really?
Well, and then I've run across videos on YouTube. It's almost like ASMR. There's no talking, and it's someone from the Philippines working with their bare hands and feet, building. One of them that I saw was building a water filter out of clay, rocks, and sticks.
Wow.
Like, you don't think you're going to need that knowledge, but after 2020, maybe I do.
Yeah, you never know. That's really interesting stuff. So, guys, I would suggest getting 6 months worth of cans and stuff and I'm definitely going to look into this little garden thing, growing a few basics. I think it's the way forward. What did someone say about turnips or something? Did someone just say you can dig and you'll find a turnip? Turnips grow anywhere. Just dig up the ground a bit and sprinkle seeds in. Really? I've been canning, dehydrating and freezing. I drink Mountain Creek water over the stuff in the city 20 miles away. Yeah, there's a lot of natural springs where I live, so I'm quite lucky, really. There's water. There's a lot of water around here. I can show you how to build a water filter from sand, charcoal, and a Coke or a milk bottle, says Rowan.
Yeah.
So there's lots of support here for, you know, prepping, because I think we need to start looking at it. I use a reverse, RO filter. Yeah, because we use that for the fish tank. We actually buy it in, though. We haven't really got anywhere to put a filter. Our house is so tiny. It's not like over there with you guys. You've got huge houses and lots of land. We live in little boxes.
It really depends on the area. New England is very tightly packed, and from the photos, the few photos that you've shared in the group, the architecture is not too much different, because remember, the folks from over there came here and brought those techniques with them.
Well, ours was built our house was built in the 50s and 60s. Our house doesn't look anything like the buildings that I've shown you.
My house is so old, the city has no paperwork saying how old it is.
Wow. That's
town was incorporated in 1899.
That is an old town. My house was built in 36. Yeah, our house is quite new considering. Our town was a Roman settlement originally.
That's so cool.
That is amazing. Is around here. Dacone was telling me that I need to get a metal detector because people keep finding stuff like they found like Roman soldiers buried with their shield, their sword. There's loads and loads of stuff around here. I have a huge garden. Sorry?
Who was found underneath a car park?
Oh, that was a king. Was it King?
Yes, it was a king, but I can't remember which one.
I can't remember who it was. It was one of the kings, and they were found in Leicester where they died, and there was a court case to get them moved back to York a few years ago. And the court case, they lost the court case, and Leicester got to keep him because that's where Richard the First. That's Richard. Where they found where he died. Where they found him is where they've kept him. There was a court case to get him back to York, which is where I live, not far. Right. York is so historical, honestly. Where I live, like you've seen when I went round there the other day. I think you there. You were when I walked around the shambles and stuff.
Yeah,
so interesting.
You know, in the middle of my state is a county called York.
Oh, really? A county? Wow. Also, can the meat we get from the butchers?
Yep. You can dehydrate it. If you get a dehydrator, you can dehydrate it and make jerky.
I loathe plaster and walls. I can't hang much on my. I have loathe and plaster walls.
Oh, plaster walls are the worst.
Yeah, we've got them on the internal walls. When prepping, always include protein powder. Yeah, you know, like these. You know, like Alex Jones does these things where they say you can buy these. Have you seen them? He sells these packets of stuff, and you add water to it. I've always found that quite crap because what the hell are you eating?
Well, it's going to depend on the kit because they obviously come in all kinds of qualities, but I have heard really good things. You know Luke, right, from We Are Change?
Yeah.
He says that he takes them and he uses them when he just goes camping and stuff. And
really?
Yeah, and he said that the flavor is really great. A lot of times all this stuff is just freeze dried. And or dehydrated, and so just rehydrating them with water just reconstitutes them. That's what I've learned in my little bits of dehydrating that I'm endeavoring in.
And Miss Dragon says, when prepping, always include protein powder. Is that to add to?
That makes perfect sense, because if you run out of meat, the protein powder will help supplement.
Yeah. So there's lots and lots of tips here.
Lots of beans too, but be prepared, because beans and dry goods need lots and lots of water. So canned beans is better because they're already liquid.
Yeah.
They're in liquid. They're already
And they last
cooked.
forever.
Pretty much. So, rice, things that are easily made, easily portioned out, like I would vacuum seal or get Mylar bags and 5-gallon buckets, whatever's going to work best for your family and your needs. Large families, 5-gallon buckets and just scoop into it's probably the best bet. But for those of us with smaller families, get a vacuum sealer and vacuum seal smaller portions, so you don't have to have a big 5-gallon bucket, open to the elements every time you open it up.
Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of us have only got smaller families, haven't we? So we don't need as much.
Trust me, it's hard figuring out cooking a meal for 2 people.
Yeah, there's only 3 of us, so yeah, I totally get what you're saying. So on the common law thing, has anyone got, before Lynzy goes, has anyone got any more questions? I know someone asked about, is there any common law courts? Now, are all courts common law courts?
No, I don't think that they are. I think that you've got to, when you're putting them on notice, you're bringing them into the proper jurisdiction. So I would definitely bring Conspiracy Guy into that on how to go about that in your courts.
Yeah, what about you guys?
Here, in a lot of cases, what we're doing here, at least in my common law group, is we're actually trying to avoid the courts altogether. So what we're doing, I think your MPs, are they a lot like our legislators? Is that what they're supposed to be like?
The courts here are owned by the Crown.
They're all owned by the Queen. I'm trying to hop out of court for a second. I'm asking about the MPs.
Please.
Are they they're the parliamentarians, right? They're the legislative body.
What's that? Sorry, Al just walked in. He's gone now. So could you repeat that, darling?
No, that's okay. I'm trying to get an understanding if your MPs are similar to our legislators.
Yeah, well, they're members of parliament. So the way it works is, I think they're like your senators.
That would be our legislators.
They stand in each constituency, and you vote for them, and they represent the constituent. So they when they go into parliament, each one, there used to be like 642, I think, of them, and I think they've cut them down a little bit now. They've wanted to make bigger areas and each one works for their people. So they will stand up in parliament and they will say, right, okay, I've got this problem. They hold a surgery once a month and local people can go in. That's the idea. But the problem now is that they're supposed to be holding the government to account. Even the ones on their own party are known as backbenchers, so that they're not in government, but their party is. So they're sort of at the back and holding the government to account. But so many of them now are so far left that they don't really fight for their people. There's so much corruption. They've started doing postal voting here. And they're finding dumps of piles of these postal votes. And there's a lot of areas that just have, what's that? Oh, is it in the mic? Just have Muslims now, and they've all got the same name. Thank you.
Right.
So they all just
I think Minnesota's probably dealing with some of that as well. Because they've resettled a lot of like Somali refugees in a particular area in Minnesota. And so that whole area is completely changed from 40, 50 years ago.
This is
so anyhow, The point of
you what, sweetheart? Carry on.
Oh no, I was just gonna say the point of my asking if they were a lot like our legislators was because in a lot of these cases, especially as it's pertaining to some of these laws and government not acting in the people's best interest, we're going directly to the legislators. So we are going directly to our senators. We are going directly to them with these notices and affidavits and saying, you better fix this.
I don't think they're the same.
Okay.
I don't think they are. They
Well,
don't make the law.
Okay. So yeah,
Think
I would
vote.
just say speak with conspiracy guy on that. Even just drop it as a suggestion. Like, what do you think would happen if we did this? Or is this an avenue that we can look at? Or
Well,
what have
with the members of Welcome Good Citizen Media, with the MPs, so the government will put forward something, and then the Speaker of the House, the leader of the House, will decide whether it's allowed to be put forward. Then they'll put something forward for the House to vote on, and whoever reaches the certain amount of votes wins.
Yeah, I think that's how Nancy Pelosi's house works too. I think so.
Right. It's so corrupt though, and then we've got the Lords, that is a higher house, and they're not elected, they're just chosen.
Oh, that's interesting.
The Lords are just chosen.
Okay, so yeah, there's the side that I'm trying to see if I recall this correctly, because I watched a thing on it once. I did.
Yeah.
Like there was the House of Commons and then the Lords. So I want to say the Lords would have been for the elites and the nobilities, and the House of Commons would have been for everybody else, and they have to try to come to an agreement.
Yeah, the House of Lords overrides the House of Commons, but now all the Lords that are in most of them are far left liberals now, posh white people it's put with that far left and Marxist. It's pointless having a royal family now.
Right.
Because Prince Charles is also a left globalist type person. So once he becomes king, then I think our royal family will just fall apart. I do believe that is going to be gone soon. But the Lords can overrule. So even if something gets through the Commons, but at the moment, there's something called the party whip, and if the government want all of its MPs in that party to vote a certain way on some legislation, then the party whip will go about whipping, not physically, whipping up all of the party to vote a certain way, and usually they might get something in return. So they might get told, and this is official, this isn't me, this isn't conspiracy, this is how they do it. They might offer them a grant for for
I'll
their
scratch your
local
back
area.
if you scratch mine, kind of thing.
Yeah, backhanders. But it's and that is officially. God knows what happens unofficially.
Right.
But quite often you'll get what they call the rebels, that they'll go against the party line. It's so fixed, as long as, and quite often the media dictate what's going to happen. If the media say, the mood of the media is what's going to happen. It's so corrupt. So now I get most of it from the media. Like, I have to keep an eye on one mainstream media source to know what's going to happen, because you can guarantee whatever they say. If they say this thing's over, you know that this thing will be over. If they say there's a lockdown, there's a chance of a lockdown at Christmas, then you know there's going to be one before the government say anything.
Well, I would say when they're telling you this is coming, that should be the light of fire under your butts to get these notices and affidavits going and send them to the appropriate parties to push back. Okay, so I know that some folks are going to say, well, it's so corrupt, it's so this, it's so that. Yeah, it is, and we're not here trying to pretend it's not. You know, we're not trying to pretend that these people aren't trying to pull the rug out from each one of us and steal every ounce of freedom and money and future that we have. We're not going to pretend that. But what we are going to do is learn what it is that the good Lord has ordained for us, and we are going to claim it. We are not going to let someone come along and try to steal our birthright from us, which is a story that's happened multiple times in the Bible, you know.
It's happened here.
Yeah. So, but you can take it back. You know, it's not gonna be easy. It's gonna be infuriating, and you're gonna take 2 steps forward and 3 steps back, and then 1 step forward and 2 steps back. But each way you're chipping away at it with each notice, with each affidavit, with each protest. As long as you keep going, then you are taking a chip out every single time.
Yeah, it's frustrating because in France,
Sure.
they're on the streets. They're on the streets, millions and millions, pro-V and anti-V together against the passports. They're not allowed to go into a restaurant now. They're not allowed to go into a supermarket unless you've got the passport. There are people that want to eat at a restaurant that are actually sat in the streets with picnic blankets, eating food on the streets.
Yep.
And you'd think the government would have backed down by now, but no, they are not backing down. They're actually doubling down on it. And the French are going absolutely insane. And I've never known the French government not back down when they're this het up. So there's obviously something else at play. There's obviously, you know, this has been strategically done. Like I said before, they've all been placed, you know, Macron and Justine and now Biden and
right.
They've all
But
been
the thing is
place.
that the thing is though, remember, we're on to them.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We're on to them. So it is absolutely infuriating. And yes, they have made this plan, and it's been in our faces, and we've had people tell us that we're insane, and that we're off our rockers and conspiracy theorists and all this stuff. Well, you know what? Conspiracy theorist is not a bad word. We are calling out that somebody else has plotted a conspiracy against us. That's all it is.
Yeah, it is. It's not a conspiracy. Even people that used to call us conspiracy theorists, they're admitting now, you know, that we're not. And I know a lot of people that had the first prick who refused to have the second prick. But I think the one is enough damage, to be honest. Do you? I think the one.
I think it probably is. There are so many people in my family and friend circle that have gotten it. Mostly the ones that don't really want to talk too much to me about it.
Have they been poorly then?
Because they know where I stand on the situation. And some of them are left leaning to where I just simply cannot have this conversation, or I'm going to destroy an otherwise friendship that's just fine, you know? So it's unfortunate, but you know, it's free will. It's free will. Some people are completely okay not being able to see past their own nose.
Yeah, it's very frustrating.
There's a saying that I read recently, and it says sometimes you have to meet people where they are, and sometimes you need to leave them there too.
There's only it's very true. There's only so much you can do. I have tried so hard, and the people have still gone ahead and done it anyway.
Sure.
Will you have it? Will you have it?
Hell no.
If forced to.
You'll have to kill me.
Yeah, that's how I feel. Because you might as well be dead anyway.
I'm not going to sell my soul, and I bow down to no one but Jesus.
Exactly. I'm a freedom fighter. They can't stop me. I record everything I request records. So we've got good citizen media. So would you like to come back maybe next weekend?
Sure.
Yeah, we could
talk
more about the research that you've done in common law. I'm so interested in the constitutions for each state. That is so intriguing for me.
Well, it was intriguing to me to find out that, you know, pretty much what's good for Pennsylvania is good for Arizona, is good for Wisconsin, is good, you know what I mean? It's, our rights are guaranteed in this republic.
I think that
So,
you guys are going to end up splitting up into.
I hope not. I hope not, because I've read the Federalist Papers, and we are absolutely stronger together. You know, like Nebraska just doesn't have a whole heck of a lot of natural resources to be able to fully sustain itself. They can grow a whole bunch of corn, but, you know, what's their hunting like? What is their, you know, what other resources do they have, you know? So I think for me anymore, there are no Democrats, there are no Republicans, there are Americans, and there are others. And Americans come in all shapes, sizes, and colors. And they're the people who understand what America was founded on and wish to conserve that. That's what it means to be a conservative, to just use your resources wisely, you know, everything in moderation, essentially.
Yeah.
So anyway, it is fascinating. The whole thing.
I totally agree. And I think now people have met you, and you know, we've spoken a little bit about this. I think that more people are going to be, hopefully, bring some questions next time.
Do bring the questions.
Yeah,
I will do my best to
questions.
answer. And I shared a link in there to a Warrior Calls Telegram group.
You did, yeah.
Okay, so I highly recommend folks, if you're not on Telegram, get on Telegram, because all of the things we're not allowed to talk about here and other places, we are talking about over there. And the Warrior Calls Telegram group has almost 16,000 members from across the world.
Wow.
They really try very hard to keep it common law focused. So hop in there. There's plenty of people all around that can answer questions. I'm absolutely more than happy to come back and to do this again. We can all collaborate and communicate, because this is how we're going to affect change. We're going to work together to take down the cabal that wants to take us down.
She's a very good person, very good. Yeah, exactly. It's coming together, sharing information, and this is how we fight this. We are stronger together. Good night, Zach, than we are apart. This is what I always say. You don't have a channel, do you, sweetheart? You don't do
No, not for posting anything. This is my very first live ever.
Yeah, someone's asking, that's all.
No, not yet. But I'm more than happy to hop on Penny's. She's offered a venue, so
you are welcome anytime. We can also we can meet again next weekend. Is Saturday or Sunday better?
Well, Sunday, I think it's actually in the morning or afternoon. I have a local common law get together to help try and figure out what to do with Pennsylvania. So that's around lunchtime. So I think either day works fine, depending on what Conspiracy Guy's up to.
Yeah, okay, let me know. I know that you might be interested in Bolt Gun and his son, Hysterical X Casey, who are going to come on and talk about what they've researched. I think it's more Casey into the Bible.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be in the peanut gallery if I'm not on the screen.
Yeah.
That sounds like a very, very interesting stream.
I think it's going to be. I've heard him talk a little bit about it, so I think you might like that. But I just don't want people to get offended. You know, I don't.
Well, I wanted to share with you. I mean, there's no time like the present. One day back in August, we had a really rainy day here. There was a couple of days. It was real rainy. This particular day, I was making fruit leathers at the stove, and I had the windows in the house open because it was nice out, other than the clouds. All of a sudden, I hear tires screech. Like, out on the road and metal crashing together. Seconds later, power lines are arcing and popping. Okay. So immediately there's a highway literally 2 streets over from where I live. So I knew it was bad. Somebody hit a pole. So I called emergency. I called my son over and we said a little prayer. It was very simple, just Lord, send your angels. And emergency services got there, and I'm looking outside from my back door, and I'm looking up at the sky, and I'm saying thank you because the emergency services got there very quickly. Penny, as I'm looking at the sky, a large dark figure in the white clouds turned towards me. And like the clouds around it were kind of doing this like swirl underneath it. And I couldn't make out any facial features. It was just a large dark figure. And the only thing that I can think to tell you to describe it is it looked like an Anunnaki. If you see the Sumerian depictions of the Anunnaki, the men with the wings, it looked like that. And he was huge. Huge. And
when was that? How long ago was that?
It was back in August. I can't remember exactly when in August, but it was in August.
Wow.
Yeah.
So was it within this apocalypse thing, what we're in right now?
It was back in August. It was a real life thing. It happened. I didn't have a camera, but it fucking happened. Okay. I got the feeling that I got the feeling it was a he, and he was surveying. So I don't know what the hell it means, but it was not a pleasant feeling.
Is that similar to what Game Vet? Like, I know he's seen a bin, a bin with a face. I know it sounds ridiculous.
It was not that. No, this was. If you look at the Sumerian depictions of the Anunnaki, it looked like that.
Right. What I meant is, excuse me, I'm not saying that you've seen a bin. I'm saying that could it have been the same thing, but he's seen it differently. It showed himself. Because the reason why I'm saying this is because when you said you felt this horrible feeling that he was watching.
It didn't necessarily feel horrible, but it didn't feel great.
Yeah. Well, he described this doom feeling and this like impending doom, and this horrible gut feeling didn't feel right. And
well, it didn't necessarily feel like doom, and it didn't feel like it didn't feel right.
Okay.
It felt serious, for sure. It felt serious. But it almost confirmed to me what I have seen with my own eyes and puzzle pieces that I'm putting together.
Can I talk on the chair too?
Not yet. You're so cute and innocent. You're in your jammies. I just want to keep you over there.
Do you want to play Minecraft with Jack tomorrow?
Yes, I do. I do.
What does he play it on? Does he play it on the Nintendo or the PlayStation?
He's got Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, and Jack. Wow.
Oh.
I'm super excited. Jack is coming here.
That's not what we said.
I wish we were.
It's a long way.
Maybe one day. We never know. I would love to visit one day. It's my dream to visit the States. So Jack will make a server, and I will send Mummy a link, and then you have to click a link. I'll get Al to help, and you can play with Jack.
Yeah, and I'll figure out how to log in because he's asked me a few times to log in.
Has he got an online Nintendo account?
I know I do. I'm not sure I don't know, something updated, and I got to
Yeah.
get back in it.
I don't understand it all, but we'll get there. We'll get there.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll get there. So yeah, so it's been great. Anyone's got any questions? If you want to ask Lynzy next week, and I think we're going to cover a little bit of if it's not the night when Casey comes on, we're going to cover a little bit of time travel and CERN. Does that interest you?
I'm always interested, even if I don't hang out a lot in the chat, because you kind of you tend to come on around dinner and bedtime for us.
Yeah.
So I tend to just pop in and say, "Hey, I'm here," and then you play in the background while I'm doing everything we need to do.
Okay, sweetheart. But if you're about, you're welcome to
Sure.
you know, pop in, because I'd love to get your input, because I think you're great, and I'm so glad you've actually been on and people have got to see you now. So yeah, message me on if you want to join our Telegram group. Lynzy's in our group. Did I see, did Dave pop in today? I seen you tagged D on something on Telegram.
No, I didn't tag him. I had shared a story out of the UK about kids not having a good reaction to the thing.
Right. Okay.
So, and I just mentioned that I hope his kids are okay, because I know that was something that he was concerned about too.
Yeah, he hasn't deleted. That's message me, Ted. Message me on that, and I'll add you to the group. Oh, what was I going to say? My mind's gone blank now. I got distracted with putting my. What did you say? Sorry, darling. I've got a really bad short-term memory. It's a joke.
What happened?
Sorry, what did you just say before that? Because I was writing that in chat.
I have no idea.
Okay. My short-term current memory is not very good.
Well,
mommy brain, or whether it's my medication that I'm on, my pain medication. I don't know. Right, I'll let you go. But yeah, if you're about, pop on when next time.
Sure.
And we'll get your views on you know, CERN, time travel, because I've actually got a theory that all of this ties in. I think the deeper you go down the rabbit hole, the more that all of it comes together, including the flat earth. I do want to do another flat earth night with Brian and that flat fellow. I really do, because it all ties in together, all of it. They don't want us to know that there is free energy. There are other civilizations. They want to keep us in this little box, and it's like keeping us in a fish tank, and we don't know what's out there. So we're all constantly left wondering what's in the sky.
Right.
You know, what is it? It's just a nothingness. We're just a nothingness within nothingness, and we're insignificant, when actually we're all God's creation and we are all significant. And I really believe that it all ties in. And I also believe that they have conquered time travel with CERN, and that they've probably already been forward and seen what's going to happen. So they're doing all this now to prevent that. Do you know what I mean? And
I do know what you mean, and
I have thought about this before. It sounds a bit balmy, okay?
Well, I mean, anything that is outside of what we're told can totally, you know, it can totally sound nutty, but doesn't necessarily make it untrue, or at least it doesn't make it improbable. I could come up with any number of crazy ass things, but it doesn't mean, you know, that number one, it doesn't mean that I'm going to pull it off. Number two, you know, just because something is also sane doesn't mean it's a good idea. You know, who's to say that the god of destruction sitting outside of CERN isn't an allegory for trying to call in demons from another side?
Well, that's what I think they're doing. I really do.
And so this Hadron Collider that they've got, the shape of it is very similar. It's not exact. I think one's a hexagon and one's an octagon or whatever. But it's very similar in appearance to Metatron's cube, which is a metaphysical collider.
Mm.
Like one's metaphysical and one's physical. And so I'm wondering, I don't know, like there's all these dots that are disconnected for me, because I do believe in the on earth as it is in heaven and as above so below kind of concept, that anything that we're dealing with down here, there's a battle going on in the heavenlies as well, you know. So, you know, are they trying to collide dark matter? And what is dark matter?
Exactly. What is it? They you know, they tell us looking for the God particle. We have it within us, I believe.
Yeah, open your eyeballs. God particles are everywhere.
I just just quickly before you go, I seen this the other week. I was going to make a video, but I'm just going to tell you guys now. This dude here isn't the first ever Israeli, okay, little hat person to be made professor. Yes, this professor has been elected the president of CERN. Now, Israel have only recently come into the fold. It's always been a European thing, CERN. And very recently, Israel, because they were doing a lot of the research from the outside, and they were looking in and they were helping out. So they've decided in their infinite wisdom to allow Israel in to the CERN project. So he's a professor at the Raka Institute of Physics of the Hebrew University, who have served on the council for years. So he's replaced them. So the panel represents the 23 member states. His term is for 1 year, but can be renewed twice, and usually is, making it a likely 3-year position. The Israeli scientist specializes in theoretical high energy physics, particularly quantum field theory and string theory. So he is this super duper professor, and this article goes on to talk about it's the same one I was looking at the other day. I don't know if it's the same one, but how Israel are quite new to CERN, but they are now officially part of CERN, and this professor is now part of is now in charge. Yeah, Israel has been a member of CERN, here we go, since 2013. It was the first non-European full member. Yeah, it joined as an observer in 91, and dozens of Israeli scientists have taken part. But since 2013, so it's been a few years, they joined officially. And now we've got the first little hat person in charge of CERN. It just so happens that they're going to turn it on next year. Now they've got a little hat in charge. So what the hell is going on at CERN with these people in charge? So there you go. Just letting you guys know. What do you make of that? Have you got anything to add?
Well, I mean, honestly, for a lot of us, I think anytime Israel pops into a scenario, our ears perk up because there's so much prophecy relating to them.
Yeah.
And then when you're talking about, you know, colliders and wormholes and possibly calling, you know, basically picking up the cosmic telephone and trying to see who we can get a hold of, like, you know, I'm not sure we want to do that.
Yeah, I don't think they should mess with it either. But
have we all not seen enough scary movies to know there's just certain shit we don't do?
Exactly. This guy's got a very sinister look about him.
All the villains, have you noticed in this little movie we're watching that all of the villains look like villains?
Yeah, he looks like a villain.
Mm-hmm.
And that's his friendly pose. Imagine what he looks when he's angry.
Oh.
Yeah, there's something. They always seem to infiltrate everywhere. So I just found it quite interesting that they're turning it on again next year, and there's all this shit going on with volcanoes. Now I know you listed all the active or rumbling volcanoes. I'm going to investigate.
Well, it's not even all of them, but I mean, at any given time, there are a number doing, you know, what volcanoes do, just because the earth is a living, moving, breathing organism. You know, it's constantly got things going on. The currents are constantly moving, air and water. You know, things are going to happen. The earth breathes, it coughs. You know, for all we know, this is a cough.
I still think
You
there's
know.
something more going on here.
Well, and I did see right before, I want to say right around it was initially erupting, it was hit by a bolt of lightning.
Ah, really?
I saw that. I'll see if I can find a video again. I'll share it.
Yeah, have a look. I'll definitely make a video on that if you can find it, because that's interesting.
I'll see if I can. Yeah, it was. I'm sure I shared it in the group, because anything. I know, in fact, that I shared it in the group because it was right after your video. So I'll go back and look for it.
Yeah, please just tag me and stuff, because I miss it quite often because of my stupid sleep schedule right now.
That's okay. And I forget sometimes to go back and tag, because
it's all right.
Sometimes I'm sharing to more than one place.
I could just Google it, I suppose, or look on YouTube. See if I can find it. But when you go, I'm going to say goodnight, shut down. What I'm going to do, I've got a few things to do. I might, because I'm on a night shift now, so I might come back on in about another 2 hours, like I did last night. Most people will be in bed, but there's a few people up. There's a few Americans up and a few Brits. But I'm on a night shift, so I've got to look after Oscar. So I will
say some interesting reading material for folks.
You've got some interesting
reading material.
Okay, what?
So this is Archbishop Vigano, and he has a chapter in his book. This is A Voice in the Wilderness.
Okay.
And this chapter is the Jesuits, the Church, and the Deep State.
Interesting.
This bishop wrote a letter to TRUMP telling him the Jesuits have infiltrated and they're working against God's people. So yeah,
when was this, you know?
Archbishop Vigano, just do a search for Archbishop Vigano Trump letter.
Okay. When was this? You
should be able to read the letter. It was, I want to say it was 2018, maybe.
But he's won anyway, isn't he, Trump?
No, he attended for 2 years and then left. He attended a school for 2 years and left. It doesn't make him a Jesuit.
Okay.
He didn't graduate from their school of whatever.
Okay. I just don't like the way he was there for 2 years, and he also did the Mason handshake.
You know what? I do things with my hands too. I'm not putting too much into all of that. He might know some things. He might know some people. That's minutia to me.
He did it with the Queen, didn't he? He did the Mason handshake with the Queen.
He also walked right in front of her.
I know he did. I know. Which is interesting, because to me it means he's higher than her in the order. Well, he will be. He's a Mason, and the only female Masons, Freemasons, are the Eastern Stars. So if she's an Eastern Star, which is the female Masons, the men will always be higher than the women anyway. But yeah, I do think that he's involved in it personally. But he's got a different interest to the communists, because he's a narcissist, he's a megalomaniac. He wants to make money, and communism isn't capitalism, and he's a capitalist.
Well, I will say that I have heard TRUMP give praise to Jesus. I've heard him put Jesus above himself. I haven't heard the Pope do that.
Didn't he do that because when he got in, he wanted to get the Bible people on?
He was standing at a rally and he said, people say that I'm, the most famous man in the world. And he said, no, I'm not. He goes, you know who is? He said, Jesus Christ. And he pointed up.
So he's now really, because he wasn't religious, was he, before?
No, but very recently, he's had a whole lot of people praying over him directly with hands laid on him.
Really?
There's a picture of it sitting in one of the White House conference rooms. A whole crowd of people around him with their hands on him, praying for him.
Didn't work though, did it? Because he didn't get back in.
Just because something didn't work out the way our human eyes see, we're exposing so much other shit right now that's so much more important than one man sitting in a seat.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of people saying that he will come back in, and then that will be he is the Antichrist and all this stuff. So yeah, he is evil.
I don't think he's the Antichrist.
No, I don't. A lot of people think it's Obama.
Well, we'll have to see. It's whomever there's supposedly going to be sacrifices that start back up on the Temple Mount, and whomever stops that is the Antichrist.
Whoever stops it or starts it.
Whoever stops it, whoever puts an end to it.
Yeah, I don't know what. I don't know what
that's
this
how I
is.
did that right.
Well, I'm not.
I could be wrong on that one.
I don't know. I'm not a fan of any of them. I think they're all in with it together.
Well, I will tell you that I'm not a fan. I'm not going to worship at the feet of Trump by any means. Yeah. But I know that the current resident didn't get there lawfully.
No, he didn't.
So.
No, that's very true. He didn't. Trump did win by a big landslide. We know that.
So the another chapter in this book, it says, thus, hold on, sweet boy. Thus, the world neo-religion will have its temple with the Pope's approval. This is still from Archbishop Vigano. He's blowing the whistle.
Yeah, he is. So so that's a book, you say?
Yeah, it is Archbishop Carlo Maria Vigano on Church, America, and the World. And the book is called A Voice in the Wilderness.
Okay. And he's basically said, because this neocon, neoliberal, all this crap, it's all part of the same thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's all part of the same thing. Yeah, I believe that with Trump, he I think he's obviously got to be a narcissist to be where he is now. He wouldn't be there without being that, and it doesn't suit his interests for. It doesn't suit his interest for this global cabal. Doesn't suit him.
Mom,
what?
Can I be on the
Because he's out for himself. He doesn't want to share. He doesn't want to. He's a capitalist, isn't he? He's all about making money. He's all about himself. So I don't think he's going to play ball very well with the globalists.
Well,
they're all baddies.
I don't think he's not playing well with the globalists. Number one, because he came out and said the words, "They're not after me. They're after you. I'm just in the way."
Yeah.
So he's not playing ball. He blew the whistle too. The other thing that I think. I have heard stories of. Can you stop? I have heard that there was a man who stopped and helped a limo or whatever change a tire, and the owner of the limo was Trump, and he, paid off a dude's house for doing it.
Wow.
And then I also have heard about all of the wonderful things that he did. Can you stop? I don't really want stop. You're slipping off. You're on live. I don't really want you on live. Sorry. He's not completely selfish. I have heard wonderful things from people who worked in his hotels. In fact, recently, the ladies from Pennsylvania who are doing the Audit the Vote PA stuff, they just recently went to Mar-a-Lago and presented him with a stack of affidavits this big. And in this process, he got up, went to wherever the line of food was, and he brought these ladies their plates. He fixed them plates and brought them himself.
Wow.
And the ladies asked the waitress, does he do this all the time? And she was like, no, never.
It's interesting. I know that there was uproar when he wasn't at the 9/11 thing with Obama and all them, but then they found out that the media started on him, but then they found out that he was actually at ground zero with the police and with the people.
Yep.
And
he's not I'm not going to say that he's a perfect man. I don't believe that at all. I don't care if he slept with a prostitute, because it's none of my business. If she was a willing adult, I don't give a damn. What I do care about is people that are abusing children, and you shall know them by their fruit. Whose children are successful, no matter who their name is, and who is a hot fucking mess. Whose children are a hot mess.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. What Dacone's right. He wouldn't have 5G on his towers, but he wouldn't mind giving it to all the other Americans. I know about that. He is part of it all. I believe he's part of it all myself, but I don't think he plays ball very well with the globalists. But I don't trust
well
any
with
of them,
others.
to be honest. It's like the lesser of two evils, isn't it?
It's always the lesser of two evils.
Yeah. Always.
But at the same time, there was more than one prophecy given regarding him, and the man who gave the prophecies, one of them's already come true. I'm waiting for the next one.
What was the first one?
2 failed impeachments.
Right, okay. Yeah, they tried. He said he was going to impeach Biden on day one, and that never happened.
Marjorie Taylor Greene has brought forth articles of impeachment 3 or 4 times.
Is what, for Trump?
Not for Trump, for Biden.
No, but Trump said he was going to do it, and he didn't.
He can't. There's too much legal stuff going on around him. It's better for him to back away and let the people do what they need to do.
Right. Dacone said they've tried to impeach every president that's gotten in there. I wouldn't know. I don't know.
Yes, well done. Kim Clement.
I don't know who that is.
That's the one that gave the prophecy. And he prophesied that Trump would get in. He prophesied the 2 failed impeachments, and he passed away before any of them actually came to be, other than the presidency. He passed away.
Wow.
So, yeah, I don't hold on to anything too fast and hard, but I know what I've seen, like what I can see, what I can prove with having seen and heard with my own eyes and ears. I went back and researched The Resident, found in 1970, it's either 1974 or 1979. I screwed up every time. He was in a part of a debate for campaign finance. And all the way back then, he believed that the American people were unfairly expecting politicians to fund their own campaigns. And he didn't think it was right that he had to go out and prostitute himself for money. And pretty gross, actually. Pretty gross.
Yeah, I think most people here aren't a fan, but some of the Brits like him, but I personally don't. But either way, whether he's a Jesuit or not, they're not very good people.
Biden's a Jesuit, for sure.
Yeah, he's one. I know that they're like Catholic, but I find them like a cross between Judaism and Catholicism.
They're They are the indeed satanic arm of the Catholic Church.
The what? Sorry, the what on? The what arm?
The Jesuits are the satanic arm of the Catholic Church.
Right. Okay. Is that an official thing?
I mean, no, it can't be official.
You don't know, do you? Yeah. Well, aren't the whole
Underground.
of the Catholic Church satanic?
That's essentially, Vigano's got some things to say about it.
Yeah. Okay. So has he broke free now? Has he left the Catholic Church?
I don't think that he's left the Catholic. Who you're talking about, Vigano?
This dude, yeah.
He's been exiled, I believe.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna do a whole new. We're gonna do a whole stream. We're gonna touch base on it again on the Vatican, because I've done one before a couple of years ago. I'm gonna do another one where I talk about, because there's still people that are new here that haven't been here, weren't here when I started streaming, and don't know about the Vatican, and even people that were here. It's good to get refreshers on the Vatican,
Yeah.
and what goes on there and what's apparently there and the shape of it and stuff. It's interesting. Right, I'm gonna let you go because your little one's here, and Al wants to go to bed, so I'm in the bedroom. So what I'm gonna do, Tony's live as well, so I'm gonna jump off now. I'm gonna come off, guys. I'm gonna go on to Tony's. I might go live in a couple of hours for an hour to keep me awake. I don't know yet. I'll see how I feel in a couple of hours' time, but I've got to be up all night anyway. So, but yeah. Thank you so much for coming on. We've had Conspiracy Guy, we've had Brian, and we've had Lynzy. We've been going for over 3.5 hours. It just goes so quickly.
It does. It really does.
Time flies when you're having fun. Thank you to everybody who's donated to Snoopy. He's back at the vets in a few hours' time to have his wounds checked. He is about the same. He's not very well.
How's he moving around?
He's moving a little bit. He's struggling. He's nibbling on hay, and he's had a little bit of veg. He's had some tea. He's still drinking his tea. He's struggling, but I think, considering what he's had done, he's doing well, and he's on a lot of painkiller. And he's back at the vets in the morning, so the vet can see. I don't know when the biopsy is going to come back, so we'll ask the vets in the morning. Yeah, Boltgun, it's been awesome. Are you going to pop on hopefully next Saturday? But yeah, I might be live in a couple of hours. If I am, it'll just be an update on Snoopy, really, if anyone's awake. There's usually a few lurkers, but I'm going to be on Tony's stream now anyway. Well, I am on Tony's stream, so.
Well, thank you for having me on. I've thoroughly enjoyed the chat, and I hope that I was able to add some value into folks' journey.
Thank you. And anyone got any questions, common law questions? Because people, thank you, Boltgun, because people have only just met you properly. They probably was getting to know you, and now they know a bit more, but they might go and look and have a think, and they might have some questions about common law. Maybe you could bring some more detail. You what, darling?
I was agreeing. I just said absolutely.
Oh, okay. And also, next time, maybe you could bring some details of what you actually do in your groups.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a whole lot that I can delve into as far. I mean, it's a lot of studying.
Maybe have you got any examples of court cases where common law has prevailed?
Well, and that's the thing. Like I was saying earlier, we really, in this group, for the most part, we're avoiding the court system, and we are going directly to our legislators, directly to our lawmakers, because our laws go into the books. Yes, as far as in the courts with case law, but we really have a big effect with the Congress. We can, if as long as there's enough of us that come together. But it's a lot of notices and affidavits, and I'll see if I can print off. Maybe we can figure out like a screen sharing thing or whatnot. And I can
we can do that.
Examples.
You can share your screen with me.
Yeah, and I can share some examples of maybe like a notice or an example of an affidavit, just to give people an idea of what those are looking like. Because the Arizona audit got into, the wheels got moving on that because of notices and affidavits of maladministration.
So yeah, there's a lot of the audit channels as well. Everything comes together. Everyone's got their own little piece of the puzzle.
That's right.
That's right. So I'm gonna have to go because you need to get little one to bed, and Al's bugging me to go to bed because I'm in the bedroom. So I'm gonna shut down now, folks. It's been a great stream. I might come on in a couple of hours. I'll see how sleepy I am. It kept me awake last night. And I'll see you guys very, very soon. But if you want to do something, come over to Tony's stream. Don't know what's Rowan's over there, Bolt Guns over there, Sally Sue's over there. So
it was a pleasure. I think I am heading to bed. It is about my bedtime, and I do get up about 4:35. So
wow, yeah. Thank you, Tim. No, it's brilliant, Lynzy. Thank you so much. Can we all give Lynzy some love and say thank you? And we'll see you hopefully next Sunday or Saturday. Yeah. Saturday better.
You let me know what conspiracy you guys got going, and I will be there.
Okay, darling. Thank you so much. Take care. And do you know how to leave? Do you know how to just press leave studio?
Yes, ma'am. I see the red X.
Awesome. Thank you. Good night.
Bye,
lots of love. Sleep well. Bye. Right then. Thank you to Lynzy. Thank you to Brian. And thank you to Conspiracy Guy. It's been a great stream. We've learned a little bit about common law. It's very complicated, but it is the way forward. Thank you so much to Angel for your very kind donation to Snoopy. The link is pinned. If you want to donate, I'm going to reply to in a minute, Dacone. I'm going to come off now, Dacone, but I might come back on in a bit because Al wants to go to bed and I'm in the bedroom, so I need to get out of his way. So I can't stay on, mate, but I might come back on in a bit. I'm going to go and wash my hair, and then I might come in the lounge. But I'm going to go and listen to Tony for a bit now. But I know you've got stuff to say, Dacone, so I couldn't really do it tonight, mate, because of obviously doing the interview and stuff. That's the first time I've ever got Lynzy on. So we had a great night. Thank you to everybody in chat. I love you all. Miss Dragon, thank you so much for coming in, sweetheart. I'm glad you're here. Everybody, thank you. For being here, and thank you for the people that have donated. Snoopy's vet bill, I've got to pay it in the morning, so I think we're like £100 off now or something. We've also got the rabbit vaccines as well that I can't afford now, so if they get myxomatosis, they will be dead. Oh, okay, Dacone. Okay, sorry, I was just in the middle of sorting that, doing the interview and stuff. So. But yeah, I might be on a couple of hours, might do an hour. If not, I'll probably be live tomorrow night or look out for some videos. I might do a Snoopy update, just a short one in a couple of hours, see who's awake. And then if you're not awake, you can watch it tomorrow. But I think Snoopy would like to say hello and say thank you for the donations. The link is pinned. Thank you, Don. I've seen something come through, my lovely. Thank you. I sent you a video. Oh, thanks, Tim. I'm really behind on videos and stuff. Oh, wow. Really, Synth? Blimey. Well, thank you. That's really kind. But thank you. Yeah, thank you for all the donations towards Snoopy's bill. If you do want to help out, the link's there. You can see the link is pinned. PayPal goes direct without fees. Coffees, the PayPal take a little fee to move it around. It's not a lot. But yeah, I'll let you all go. Right. Thank you. Lots of love. Thanks for being here. And I'll see you all on the next one. It's in general chat. Thank you, Tim. You can private message me as well. And thank you, Lynz. I love you, sweetheart. You're amazing. And for Jack, for those gluten-free food items as well. Thank you. He's going to love them. So there we go. Might see you in a couple of hours. All right. I probably will. I'll do a Snoopy update about 4:30 or something. Right. I love you all. I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.